In the meantime, though, I am hearing word that we are basically good to go. So why don't we get ready to bring onto the stage someone very, very special, none other than our very own Toro Knight. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to quite possibly a very special run. This is Pokemon Omega Ruby, the remake to the classic Gen 3 Pokemon game for the Game Boy Advance, Pokemon Ruby. We are going to be going through an Odyssey, not unlike the Mario Odyssey run that we had earlier at Prevent-A-Thon 7, which you absolutely should check out because it was a absolutely phenomenal run for online talking. Actually, you should check out the rest of the marathon, anything that you had missed already. Anyways, I'm Toro Knight, and I have with me two wonderful commentators. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Illegally Sam. I like Pokemon from time to time.
Hi, I'm Cubit, and I too like Pokemon from time to time, especially Mudkips.
Oh, yeah, we are going to be seeing a lot of Mudkips. All right, now, obviously, this is going to be a very, very long run. So I will not dilly-dally any longer. We are going to delete our save data because it's Pokemon. We can only have one save data per cartridge, of course. And we are going to get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. This will be... Ooh, there's going to be quite a lot. Anyways, so we have, before we kind of get into the run proper, and we'll have a lot of time to talk about the run itself, but before we do, Alara, we have I believe we still need to name our protagonist. So without further ado, if you have the name of our winner.
I do, in fact, have the name of our winner. I have the pleasure to announce that the winner of the naming incentive, the bid war, was Trans Rights.
Let's go. Love that name.
Good choice.
And as you can now seeing, basically, everything looks gorgeous. This is the second game in the franchise that uses 3D graphics for the mainline games, I should say. Not obviously not counting games like Coliseum or the Stadium games or Battle Revolution. These are the mainline games. This was the second one because this obviously want to take advantage of the 3D capabilities, which we're not going to be doing that throughout this run. I'm also running this on a Nintendo 2DS, so even I couldn't run this with 3D cameras. Anyways, trans rights, I'm assuming all plural, the T and the R are capitalized.
Correct. Capital T, capital R.
That's it. That look good?
Yes.
All right. Trans rights will become the champion of the Hoenn region, hopefully. So the reason why we are picking the female protagonist, May, is because we have it does impact one specific rival fight much later on, about an hour from now, in terms of Pokemon natures. The way natures work in Pokemon games is basically they serve as like a special kind of like stat boost when it comes to getting a slight buff and a slight debuff, depending on the nature and sort of the overall makeup of the Pokemon. First, we're going to actually make things very speedrun friendly to just kind of make sure that we turn off animations, because otherwise we're gonna be this run will go from 3.5 hours to about 5.5 hours, and we have a lot of other great runs to go through. To sort of explain stats really quickly, for anyone who doesn't know Pokemon games, there are 6 stats when it comes to a Pokemon. They are HP, how much health you have, attack stat, which is how hard your physical attacks do, defense, how well your Pokemon can take those physical attacks, special attack is non-physical attacks, how hard you can hit your opponent with that. Special defense, same with defense, but with special attack, and speed is who goes first. They play a vital role, and the thing that is very interesting about this category, about this game, is the fact that unlike its GBA ancestor, You cannot RNG manipulate these, so some of these you just gotta roll with it. But thankfully, with the Mudkip, if we get a subpar Mudkip, which let's be honest, I think y'all would agree with me. There's no such thing as a subpar Mudkip. We would have, there are ways to kind of strengthen that Mudkip if need be. I probably will give it like a couple of chances before we have to give the, like really select that Mudkip for our adventure. But yeah, basically the main story of this game is you move in. I believe you come in from the Johto region, which is the region where the gold, silver, and crystal games originate. And your dad is spoiler for about an hour and a half from now. Actually, no, you'll find out in about like 10 minutes from now. Your dad is a gym leader, so he will actually be a boss fight. And believe me, one of the hardest boss fights in the game. Your dad, Norman, no joke whatsoever. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. By the way, this is our rival Brendan. And the reason, like I said, there is one particular fight with Brendan where the nature of his Pokemon are actually going to be speedrun friendly. So yeah, now that we kind of introduced ourselves to our neighbor, we're now finally going to get a chance to meet our start Pokemon, which I don't know if anyone agrees with me. Sam, Cubit, I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. I think the Hoenn starters are the best starter trio in the franchise, even to this day.
They're my absolute favorite, 100%.
I wouldn't go that far personally, but they are good.
Yeah, you see Trico, my personal favorite, Torchic, and we're going with Mudkip. The reason I save is because I want to take a look at the stats first before hard committing to it. So we see HP of 20, so it's not optimal HP. Let's see, what is this? Oh, well, the speed. That's... You know, normally I would not roll with this speed stat, but all the other stats are so good. We'll roll with it. We will roll with it. Oh, by the way, that was a critical hit. Okay, so I didn't think I would have to talk about this already, but marathon challenge for myself, and if anyone wants to match, more than welcome to. I will donate $1 for every critical hit we see in the run. So we already see one, so we'll see how much we can do with 3+ hours on this. All right, Alara, it is time for our Mudkip to be named. So what is going to be the nickname?
With a very generous donation from Nardi20, I can give you an example of the name because the donation came in Bufo Bufo, parentheses, axolotl, actually, exclamation mark. So, Bufo Bufo. Thank you so much for those $8, Nardi.
Okay, B-O-F-O, B-O-F-O?
B-U-F-O.
Okay. Bufo Bufo? Congratulations, you are named Bufo Bufo.
And then kind of on that same note, we do have 2 additional incentives now open. We have a naming incentive for Latios, and we have a naming incentive for Groudon. So we're not done naming Pokemon. You have 2 more chances. So if you're a fan of Steve or Pasta, there's still a chance to get it right there.
And by the way, for anyone wondering, when I said criticals, I mean every critical. Whether I do the critical or the critical is dealt to me, you're going to see a lot of them. It's a slightly higher than 6% chance at base level. You'd be surprised how many times you will get a critical in a run.
So I was just thinking, it's like the odds are not high. However, you will. This is a Pokemon speedrun. Toro, you're gonna get crit way more than you crit anybody else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the amount of attacks, even at low percentages, by sheer volume, we're gonna get a bunch of crits.
Oh yeah. The fact that we have had 2 criticals in 2 fights. Oh, that's an omen if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's an omen. The run will go great. No bad RNG at all.
Now, the one thing that I am very concerned about is the fact that By the way, I meant to actually escape that Wurmple fight. Instead, I actually went for the hit. That's fine, but that actually gave me some interesting information. The speed stat remained at 8. That tells me we are dealing with an extremely subpar Mudkip in terms of the speed stat, which is one of the most important stats you can ask for. But we're already hard locked into it. That's fine. We have ways to mitigate that. I PB'd with a worse Mudkip than stats-wise in this one, so I am not worried at all about it. What Brendan should be worried about is his Trico, even though he has a type advantage. This Mudkip, I mean, Bufo is just an absolute unit. Like, his stats basically mean he is going to be a full-on tank.
I mean, I'm hearing that the solution is just to crit every single attack.
You know, with the fact that we are 2 for 3 in battles where we've had a critical, the odds, honestly, not the worst idea to in the world. We'll go to level 7. Okay, finally, it's gained a speed stat.
So how much does this run differ from the Sapphire equivalent? Like, could you do this exact run in Sapphire, or does it differ?
It differs heavily. Primarily the second half of the run, although the first half does have some pretty significant differences. Excuse me. So, as we'll see in a little bit, the main antagonist of this game, Ruby, I should say, is Team Magma. And their main Pokemon that you'll see throughout the game is Poochyena, Zubats, and Nummels. In Sapphire, in the Sapphire equivalent, we get Team Aqua. The Poochyena still remain the same. However, we then have to worry about the other Pokemon. We then get to see Carbonas as the water type, and Grimer as the substitute for Zubat. And they are much harder to take out than Nummel and Zubat. And the run differs heavily once you get your Lottie legendary. In this game, we get Latios, which is way better for a speed run. Latias is pretty good. The problem is Latias is not as strong. It's a little bit more defensive oriented than Latios. And then lastly, instead of Groudon, you get Kyogre, which is a really good Pokemon, but it doesn't necessitate like not a complete rerouting or in terms of like trying to handle or go about facing the Elite Four and the champion, but it does require a lot of planning when it comes to dealing with Kyogre, especially with the first fight you have with Kyogre, which is a water gym, and Kyogre is also water type, so it is a bit of a problem right there. But if you look at the leaderboards, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire at a top level, they're relatively pretty close in terms of like the top runners PB. It's just that Omega Ruby is definitely a lot more preferable and probably a little bit more beginner friendly.
And Sapphire's probably more ocean compliant, right?
You know, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Hoenn. I feel like it's the ocean compliant region in general.
I'm torn because part of me loves puns. Part of me is upset that I didn't think of that one first.
Well, that's three. That's 3 criticals. What? Okay, I'm not. Mods, check my game. I've never had 3 criticals in the first 4 fights ever in a run. All right, that's 1 more in the crit jar. Mind you, again, barely above 6% for any move to be a critical hit.
The rate we're going, Toro's going to single-handedly do the entire next incentive.
I'm gonna have to take out a second mortgage on my house that I just bought at this rate. But of course, it will all go to charity. I mean, Load of Warriors is an absolute phenomenal cause, and Alara, if you want to take a quick moment to, if there's anything you want to talk about or mention, floor is yours.
I have plenty to talk about, including, yes, I would like to remind you that we are in fact raising money for Little Warriors. Little Warriors has gathered trusted information, guides, and supports to help families, survivors of all ages, and caregivers. These resources are organized by topic, so you can quickly find what you need. You can find these resources at littlewarriors.ca/information and resources, or by typing exclamation mark resources in chat.
All right, so this is our dad, Norman. We're not gonna fight him yet because no. But this serves as our catching tutorial and also introduction to our secondary rival. The rival that I think actually is the better one of the two, Wally. I love Wally's design. I love his whole story. He is he is someone that basically hint at not having the greatest constitution in the world, and Wally wants to catch a Pokemon to try and see the world and improve and basically become a stronger trainer and a stronger person, which I think is a very admirable quality to want to have. And Wally catches this Ralts, which has become basically a very iconic Pokemon. Whenever I run Pokemon Champions, I use Gardevoir. Like, Mega Gardevoir is such a incredible Pokemon to even in competitive Pokemon, and we will see this Ralts later on, and then we will also get the special a special little surprise. Even though this game has been out for over a decade, if anyone's not seen an Omega Ruby run, I'm not going to spoil the surprise difference between Wally in this game and Wally in the original GBA games. But yeah, this basically, like I said, it serves as your catching tutorial. This is also like one of those like auto scrollers. The first like 20-ish minutes are somewhat auto scroller heavy, but now comes after this cutscene that basically it serves as like Norman or Dad telling us, hey, you want to be a trainer, you're gonna want to get all the badges. I have a badge, but you're not good enough. Believe me, you're not good enough. Get stronger and then come back when you are ready. Basically telling us, hey, go to the next town over. There's a gym over there, and oh, would you look at that? We are water type, and the first gym is entirely rock type. Ooh, what a very, very good thing to encounter, because rock types are very weak to water, and we're gonna exploit that a lot. In this,
imagine a Pokemon game having a rock type gym at the beginning. They've never done that before.
Nope, never. I've never seen.
Never. Nope.
Oh, my finger slipped, and okay, so we're accidentally getting an extra. Honestly, this is actually for the best. This is honestly for the best because this will get us an extra level. Might even be an extra 2 level. Actually, this actually might be an extra 2 levels. So while we are kind of just steamrolling through all these wormholes, if anybody has anything that he would like to say, again, floor is yours. How did I miss? Oh wait, did I miss? Did my opponent miss? Anyways, we're level 8 now, and this is going to be very important because we have our very first reset point in the run is actually going to be coming up after this fight. But while we are still going through this fight, Alara, what are your thoughts on this game so far? You're gonna get this is a sneak preview for you because we are actually going to be working on this in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I have the joy of hosting this run twice in the same month, which is kind of interesting. I'm excited largely because if I recall from a previous conversation, you're gonna get to see one of my favorite Pokemon in this run.
Ooh. I'm gonna be honest, I don't not remember that conversation. I feel like a terrible
Sableye.
friend.
You mentioned Sableye shows up.
Oh yes, Sableye. Yes, Sableye does show up.
Oh no. Do we not like Sableye in this run?
I've lost a couple of PB to Sableye. Let's just keep it at a $150 on that.
He's just a little guy.
A little guy that has the power to beat literal gods.
He's my baby boy.
Menace.
He's my baby boy. He's so pretty.
Yeah, and he didn't even have any weaknesses for the longest time until fairy.
I
came
know.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, this game has fairy types.
Yeah, this game has fairy type, but we will not have a single fairy type move in the run.
See, but the problem is my other favorite Pokemon is Sylveon. So the one weakness that was implemented was my other favorite.
Is your other favorite?
All right.
Now, I do want to hear everyone else's favorite Pokemon as well, so feel free to get those in chat. I want to hear your favorite Pokemon in the donations.
All right. Puccian lowered my accuracy. That's cool. Lower accuracy by 2. Oh, cool. We're spamming sand attack. That's amazing.
This is the
I do
true
like-
Pokemon experience.
I do like the Reggies. I think they're probably one of my favorites.
Reggies are awesome. I love the
Yeah.
Reggies so much.
Yeah, they're so cool to me.
All right.
The original 3 or the other 3 they added later on as well?
All of them. All the
Okay.
Reggies.
This is actually a really nice way to kind of like, for people who like are only familiar with like the first couple of generations of Pokemon, and their stopping point was like this game, and they only know the original 3 Reggies. Oh, there are gonna be people who are gonna be like, "What do you mean? There's 3 more Reggies? What?" I thought the whole point was that there were only 3 of them.
Or even if you stopped at Gen 4, it's like, I thought there was only 4 of them.
Yeah, I thought the whole point was that the 4th one was the one that made the 3. What do you mean there's 2 more after this?
Yeah.
Yes, Sword and Shield has DLC that I would like to contend.
Oh, you mean about how the fact that we have a completely separate set of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres that are just called Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres?
Yeah. Parentheses Galarian.
I see no
So-
problems here.
This is fine.
Here's some Pokemon trivia for the not Puerto Ricans in this call. Sam, Cubit, do you know what Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres are called in Spanish?
I
Is
don't
it
actually
not-
know their Spanish names.
Is it not Articuno? Zapdos and
It
Moltres?
is, but here's the fun thing. Dos means 2, Artic uno as in 1, Moltres as in 3, and that is their Pokedex order. So they're literally
Yes.
called Ice 1, Electric 2, and Fire 3.
Here's a fun little trivia fact about Pokemon TCG, which I actually ran back at Pat 4, I want to say. In the Elite Four, that game's version of the Elite Four, they go through those legendary Pokemon in reverse order. So we get Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno.
The countdown.
Oh yeah, the countdown to destruction because the fight for Articuno is the literal worst, and I hate it. It's the worst fight in the game.
Well, if we do have a second, I have something to read.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're already getting some love for Groudon because we got $4 from Savak, who says, Steve, you'll never guess what that goes to.
Savik on the Steve train.
What if just all the Pokemon were named Steve?
I mean, that could happen. It would just take some donations.
It could.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How
That's
much will it
go ahead.
go back and retroactively change Mudkip to be Steve?
To Steve? Go, Steve!
You know, I don't.
one? Yes.
I genuinely don't remember if the. Okay, I am at full health. Why did I think I wasn't? Okay. Anyways, first gym. But yeah, I actually. So in the original games, the name raider was in Slateport City, which is the next town after we get Gym Badge 2. So basically, we'll be entering that town like 20 minutes, or like a little under 20 minutes from now. I don't remember if it's the same. If it's the same case in the remake. I want to say yes.
Can you rename starters? I don't know if that's a thing or not.
Yes, you can. You can rename. Yes, there is an NPC in every Pokemon game up to a certain point where you just got the option to just rename them. any time you want. There is an NPC in most Pokemon games where you just straight up are allowed to rename Pokemon.
Yeah, because I know there's restrictions on like traded Pokemon, but I didn't know if it was also for others.
Oh, yes. On traded Pokemon, you cannot rename them.
Yeah, the name rater's like, that's a good name. You could keep it.
Ooh, this will be interesting. Oh, wait, no, I'm in torn. Okay, this will be a gamble. Don't let it be crit number 4. Cool. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. That didn't. Okay, guess we're using a potion. Okay, so this is what I was banking on. So, Mudkip has a passive ability called Torrent. Whenever its HP falls below 1/3 its max HP, water type moves gets a slight boost in power, and I was banking on that being enough to two-hit KO the nose pass, but that's fine. Just because it didn't, that means that's completely fine. We are completely. Anyways, that was the first gym. We are already done with gym number 1.
All right, 1 down, 7 to go, and that's definitely it.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else is going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's just as simple as getting 7 badges and we're good. Just as simple as that. By the way, I want you all to pay attention to to this next scene that's about to happen. Pay really close attention to the left side of your screen. like the team Magma. Oh man, I love that. I love the Team Magma members so much because the walk cycle. It's just so. It's so good. He did not have to do a walk cycle like that.
He looked very uncomfortable.
So question, does that count as a critical hit against Toro's lungs when Toro coughs like that?
Oh, we're gonna be here all night if that's the case.
Yeah, I think that's just a regular hit, unfortunately.
Actually, now that actually Alara doesn't know this game very well, I'm actually curious. Every time we see like a Pokemon you've never seen before, I want to see like your like initial like first reaction on upon seeing them.
So I've played most of the Pokemon games casually. It's not been more than casually, but like I've seen the majority of the Pokemon in this game, I think. But if I do see any that are new to me, I will absolutely call it out.
Oh yeah. Actually, it goes to anybody actually. If anyone wants to see the Pokemon they've never seen before, or they just want to react to a certain Pokemon, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of these are new to me.
Well, that's number 4, and that critical hit was absolutely pointless. So that's number 4 in the dark. We're not even 27 minutes into the run, and we are already at 4 critical hits.
No, Tora, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to say that they mattered 100% of the time, even when they don't.
Okay, so now I'm going to heal up because I don't trust this next fight from happening. Next, I'm going to be doing a fair number of things. I'm going to be teaching a couple of moves to Bufo. First, I'm going to be teaching Echoed Voice over Tackle. The thing about Echoed Voice is that it starts out pretty weak. However, if you use it consecutively, it like basically doubles in power every time out, and that is going to be our key move. Actually, our only move to use in the next gym. And I mean the entirety of the next gym. We are literally only going to be spamming this.
I feel so sad for the Mudkip Bufo, because now I'm just picturing entering the gym and just the entire time going, ah.
Just singing your enemies to unconsciousness.
I forgot what run, I think it may have been AGDQ 2025, where they actually had the entire crowd literally scream at the top of their lungs every time Echoed Voice was used.
Let's go.
That's critical hit number 5. Okay, okay, legitimately, that actually kind of mattered. That was actually a really good, well-timed critical hit. I'm very proud of you, Bufo Bufo. But yeah,
Team Magma might have my favorite team design, I think.
ooh, that's an...
Yeah.
Team Magma's pretty good. Team Magma is pretty good.
I have to think about it, I think.
The redesigns for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they cooked with the redesigns for the team, especially with Team Magma.
Yeah, but the admin and leaders got massive glow ups in these games.
Can I tell a fun personal story about a rival team thing that happened?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, this is a great time to do so because we're kind of going through like a somewhat lengthy cutscene.
Okay, so we have a local anime convention here, and me and my friend group, we had 8 adults and a child. So of course we immediately go, we should do all the evolutions. And we go super extra and we decide we're gonna dress up like gala versions of the evolutions. We show up, there's like a big Pokemon photo meetup, and we're thinking we're going to steal the show because we're dressed to the nines. And out of nowhere, they call for like the villain team photo. And there's a group of like 10 people who did not know each other for the most part, all show up together and they just act like Team Yell, like 100% in character. It was amazing. They win at cosplay. I
Absolutely love it. I love that about anime conventions when you have like a group of people cosplaying and when unplanned, these people don't know each other, but then the moment they see each other, it's like they immediately understood the assignment and just proceeds to give like the best moment of the entire convention.
100%.
Yeah.
And speaking of best moments, we have a really great moment here because we got $25 from Level 20 Monkey with no comment. Thank you so much, Level 20 Monkey.
Thank you very much. I am so proud of all the donations and all the effort from the team at Prevent-A-Thon. I say this time and time again, Prevent-A-Thon is one of my absolute favorite marathons to be a part in, whether it's as a host, whether it's staff, a volunteer, as a runner. I am so proud. I want to actually like really take a moment and just give a shout out to everyone who helped make this event possible. Because without all of you, this wouldn't have happened. As well as also all the viewers and all the people spreading the word, donating. All of you have also been doing, I cannot thank you all enough.
I do also want to take a moment to bring up, we greatly appreciate all of these donations coming in, but remember that they can also go towards incentives, like, for example, the Latios Bid War. Maybe someone wants to pick the name. I hear there's a couple of good ones, such as Pasta, Steve, Pasta. Maybe we name everyone Steve.
Oops, all Steves.
Oops, all
Steves. And would you look at that with this amazing timing? We had $15 from Ad 129 who says, "Good luck, Toro. This is an absolute beast of a run and I am excited to watch it. Here's $15 for my DK64 run and for trans lefts."
Thank you, Ad. Ad also was, shout out to Ad, who, another phenomenal runner. Also phenomenal commentator, who was my commentator for yesterday's Spiral Run, which of course I'm biased, but if you have not checked out that run, genuinely, honestly, an incredible time. It went so much better than I could have hoped, and I hoped everybody gets to enjoyed it as anywhere nearly as much as I did. I absolutely loved it. Oh, okay, so we're in the gym. We went for the first fight. No problem whatsoever. I'm okay. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. Now comes the real boss. You would think the gym leader is the boss. No, it's this one. Hideki. Hideki, it's an extremely straightforward fight. He has one Machop, It basically only has 3 moves: low kick, focus energy, and foresight. You do not ever want to see focus energy ever, especially on turn 1, because that means that that 6% chance for a critical hit rate, yeah, it's now 50%. Okay, cool. It hurt me, and then now we're rolling. Okay, this actually might work. That was a critical. Wow, that did that little with a critical. Anyway, that's number 6 in the crit jar. Okay, I hyped this one Hideki up for nothing because he threw with using foresight in the on turn 2, which I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna be glad that it happened.
I will say the critical hit stages don't work intuitively unless you actually know what's happening under the hood. Because why the critical hit going straight to 50% never registered as a kid. That's how it worked because I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Illuminate me because I'm clearly very lost on this. How do they work?
So every move that does damage, unless their secondary effect is straight up, this gets a buff to your natural critical hit rate. At this point in the franchise, it is like 6.1%, and they go up in stages. Upping it by 1 stage is, I believe, to a 20% or 25%. Focus energy raises it by 2 stages, which means it goes straight up to 50%. And then afterwards, oh, that's not great. I cannot believe. Okay, never mind. He threw again. Or no, she threw. I was having Hideki flashbacks. And then stage 3, I think like 65%. Stage 4 is like 75%.
No, I forget if this was the case in Gen 6, but there's only 3 stages. After the 3rd stage, it's 100%. That's how it works in modern Pokemon, at the very least.
Yeah,
because I think they did lower the crit rate. I think it was in either 6 or 7, the generations, down to like 1 in 24, I want to say, and then 1 stage just like doubles it back to 1 in 12, and then 2 stages is like, oh yeah, now it's 50%.
But I thought ability increases go 6 stages.
Yeah, but critical hit is not a normal stat.
Got it.
It's a completely separate stat.
Yet it does not work the same as any other stat increases. This is only especially relevant to casuals if you're trying to get Surfetched.
So here is the question from my casual perspective. Am I imagining things, or does a single instance of accuracy down lower my accuracy to like 5%?
Well,
it lowers it to 50%. Either you hit or you don't.
Are you serious? It's just automatically 50-50 with 1 stage?
no, but
No.
yes.
Everything is 50% if it's not 100%.
Let me put it this way, Alara. A lot of moves every move that's another critical, that's number 7. Most moves, I should say, have an accuracy stat. If a move, let's say, is 90% accurate, treat that as a complete coin flip.
That's not how numbers work.
It is in Pokemon.
No, as someone with multiple math degrees, that's not how numbers work.
If you want the actual math, it's a lot of fractions, where if you raise the stat, it increases the numerator. If you decrease the stat, it raises the denominator.
Oh, I hate it. I can see how that works, and I hate it.
By the way, make this sense of how people treat. By the way, that was a gold split on this entire deal. Weirdly enough, rack this around your brain, Alara. We treat 90% accuracy moves like they are a coin flip, and we treat 70% accuracy moves as if they should be automatic. I'm not even kidding. I can't see Alara's reaction, but I can tell the silence is deafening.
The little loading bubble is still floating above my head. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, there's some help getting my brain power back. Thanks to Tutelar Fiber 7, who says, thought of a name for the best legendary in the game. Then I thought of a better one. Best of luck on the run. And that was a $50 donation. Thank you so much for that donation.
I don't know. Want to know what the name for the best legendary was?
I believe, and I could be wrong, I'm sure production will correct me if I am. I think it went half to Kyogre and then half to Keone-chan. I might be missing some context on this.
I don't know. I'm just the guy pressing the buttons.
Yeah, okay, so that is in fact correct. It was Kyogre and Keone-chan. Which hopefully someone with more context than me knows what Keone-chan is.
I cannot
And
help you
if you do know, maybe send in a donation explaining it to me. That way everyone can learn.
And learning's half the battle. By the way, this is a very dashing looking gentleman, Steven. Very important character in this game. Normally when you see a very unique design sprite and wax poetic about literally anything, that usually tells you, oh, you're the endgame boss, aren't you? I'm not gonna say he isn't. I'm just saying follow the patterns of how these games are constructed.
Also, I petition, he's not Steven, he's Steve.
You know, you could, yeah, I mean, we are speedrunning this game, so we are technically speedrunning by just calling him Steve.
Losing a syllable does save time.
Oh, that's
Many
right.
games name the character A just because it's faster.
That is very common.
I mean, in PB attempts of this game, we usually name the protagonist exclamation point.
That's a very surprising name.
Only because it is the first symbol that the cursor appears on when you are naming your character.
I don't think Toro caught my joke, and now I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna make the same joke, so.
It's exclamation mark, a very surprising name.
Oh.
Much like the guards around Solid Snake. Very alert.
Chad, just in case, donate with an explanation of that joke one more time, please.
Yeah, well, it's not an explanation point, Toro.
Sam, I love you.
I knew I was in very capable hands when I found out what the team for this run was going to be.
And then you were disappointed to hear me.
No. I was very excited when I found out you were my host for this, and actually I don't even remember if I found out that you were hosting me for this run first or RPG Limit Break in 2 weeks.
I think we found out this one first, and then we found out Limit Break.
Yeah, actually, I found out first, and then when I DM'd you about it, you were like, wait, what?
Listen, the world really wants me to learn more about Pokemon Omega.
I mean, it's a pretty darn good game. Just saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore to unpack in Omega.
But it's such a long run, and I'm not good at long runs. I'm barely good at short runs.
You'll be fine. We'll be fine. What's my HP at?
This is a
average
speedrun
good?
marathon for a reason.
Same in this case.
I'm more of a speedrun leisurely walker with some funny.
Well, I mean, these two know a thing or two. This whole team knows a thing or two about walking, very uniquely. Oh, actually, I have an incredible story about this exact moment in the run. 6 months ago, I was preparing to do this run for another marathon. And I was doing offline runs and everything. And remember when I said 40 minutes ago over how did that not one-shot you? You're 4 times weak. How? How rude.
I think you said that a while ago.
Yeah,
new.
6 months ago, I was preparing for this, and I was at this exact moment, and I saw that, and we saw the Nummel, and then I'm thinking, wait a minute, why am I not seeing Nummel? Why am I seeing a Carvana? And then it hit me. I was playing on the wrong game. I was playing Alpha Sapphire. What? And overall, it's not a problem. I mean, who cares, really? It's fine. I can just reset and delete my save file. The save file that I had from the very beginning since I first caught it. First got Alpha Sapphire. Over a decade of work on that save file, deleted because I was not paying attention and was practicing on the wrong game.
I've heard this story before, and every time I hear it, my heart breaks a little more.
Amazingly, I surprisingly got over it relatively quickly. But it's still, there will forever be a part of me that will not weep at that loss. I had so many legendary Pokemon on that save file too.
If nothing else, it makes for a great story, so you gain something out of it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I was. The moment that this happened, I thought to myself, no, I will share this story so many times, if anything, so that save file can live on in history.
Infamy, if anything.
By the way, we were talking about redesigns about the team leaders and such. Well, here comes Maxie, who is basically the main antagonist of the entire game. And I really, really like what they did, how they redesigned him.
Is he wearing smart glasses?
Yes. Eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed something to the side of those glasses. Not gonna spoil what it is. We will find out about an hour and a half from now. No, it's like closer to a little under 2 hours from now.
I think I know what that is. I know, we'll find out in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, let's go shopping because we need to buy a lot of stuff for the journey ahead. But in order to do so, I first need to sell you, sell every Pokeball that we have. Oh, by the way, we are never going to make an effort to. Oops, I did not mean to hit B. We are not going to make an effort to catch Pokemon at any point in this run. Pay attention to the wording of that. An effort to catch Pokemon. We need 11 XP. So anyway, what X items do is basically they serve as an artificial boost to your stats, and they will be vital to this run. I cannot stress how important. These are basically a staple in Pokemon speedrunning, where you just basically do buy a bunch of items left and right. I'm gonna buy 4, and then 4 super repels. Oh wait, not regular repels, super repels.
And I want to say Gen 6 was the generation they buffed X items as well.
Oh, did they? I completely Actually,
they used to only be 1 stage, but now they're 2 stages.
Or are they?
Oh.
I did not. That's new to me, and I've been running this game for a year now.
Yeah, I never caught that change either.
Yeah, because as a kid, they were like, oh, why would I use an X
What
item
is
in
stab
Pokemon
boost?
Diamond?
Why just attack everything all the time?
I mean, it was that, and also it's like, oh, it only raises my attack by 1 stage. I'll just attack twice. But now
I
they're
think
2
part of-
stages.
From a casual perspective, like strictly casual, no brain, head empty, I just want to make my Pokemon do things. The stat decrease feels way worse than a stat increase feels good.
Yeah,
Like
that sounds about
losing
right.
1 stage hurts
Yes.
way more than like gaining a stage feels good.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Yeah, that.
Nobody wants the number to go down. I only want the number to go up.
By the way,
Number.
this cutscene is basically saying like your introduction to Pokemon contest, which by the way, I'm so glad in the remake they decided to introduce the contest this early on, as opposed to in the original games where they made it a late game thing, even though they teased contests from very early on. However, we're not going to be dealing with contests whatsoever. Pokemon contests are basically like glorified beauty pageants for Pokemon. Does anybody remember from the anime the Gen 3 and Gen 4 anime Pokemon contest arcs? They were legit some of my favorite parts of the anime.
Yeah, I remember that when May would often enter the contest and she'd go up against Drew in his Roselia.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
was see, that's elite ball knowledge right there.
I still remember the whole thing with Ash's Weasel in Gen 4 as well.
Ooh yeah, I nearly forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember he got the frozen Aqua Jet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wow, that is forcing me to go into my memory banks real deep on that one. I am a staunch defender of the Gen 3 and Gen 4 anime. They were my absolute favorites growing up. And so I would just like, I remember when I was a little kid and I would just watch every time a new episode in the anime and just give us a like, oh hey, here's a 2-part contest arc, and I'm like, yes, let's go. I love the contest arc.
They did some interesting stuff with a lot of the contest episodes, so they were never boring.
Yeah, and then part of me was like disappointed about they just, I mean, logistically, it was incredibly difficult to make contests in the game work in the same way as the anime, but they tried.
Yeah. There's a big problem when in the anime they just make stuff up for every different contest episode.
True. Oh, I forgot to put a super repel. Oopies. Well, that's a great reminder to equip a super repel. While I am doing that, Laura, is there anything you want to say?
I have a few things I want to say, starting with, I want you all to look at that number. $2,893. That is more than our first 2 Prevent-A-Thons, and we are quickly approaching Prevent-A-Thon 4's total of $3,183. We are making absolutely phenomenal pace. I'm pretty sure we can hit 3,000 tonight. I'm just saying, if someone wants to help prove me right, we're on really, really good pace for that. So please, 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 I encourage you, if you want to understand the exchange rate a little bit better, I encourage you to also do !rate in chat, because again, this is in Canadian dollars, so the exchange rate will change those numbers up a little bit. But again, I want to see that number hit 3,000. That would be astonishing. I will go to bed super happy if that happens.
Pokemon donation train could certainly help with that.
Pokemon donation train would be pretty hype. I agree.
Yeah.
And I promise you, the exchange, the !rate command, it is much easier to understand than Pokemon numbers.
Pokemon numbers aren't real. I'm quickly learning that.
It's just like real numbers, also not real.
No.
By the way, this is the rival fight I was hinting at earlier. That is the reason we are even playing as May, the female protagonist. The natures of the Pokemon in this fight are actually speedrun friendly, for lack of a better word. So that is why we actually choose the female protagonist. I'm gonna hope that I can one-shot you. If I can't one-shot you, oh, there's gonna be a problem. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Cool. Happened at the same time as the same thing at our sister marathon, Steel City Speedsters, a couple of months ago. Exact same thing. Cool. Anyways,
Certified Rival 2 moment in Hoenn.
Absolutely. That was probably a damage roll. So, hey, Alara, you want to... So, there's RNG involved in how much... there's an RNG window as to how much damage you can do every single time you hit a move.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask, how big is the range?
Significant enough to where I think that was a low damage roll, meaning that I just got bad RNG. I'm gonna go for the safer strat and just go for 4 X special attacks as opposed to 3, because that guarantees I want to KO. 3 X special attacks, it left it to chance, but it also meant that I would lose time. But the Pokemon egg is on me, because now we lost even a lot of time. That's fine. And once I properly heal and how many? This should be number 3. So the next one is number 4. Once I heal up, we automatically win. Like, there's no way we actually lose.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Toro?
So the way, okay, so every stat, think of it as like a value of 1 to 16, I want to say. Every move, and there's no way to control it, falls anywhere in that range. It's complete RNG. You could be incredibly unlucky and get the lowest roll possible. And in a situation like this, where we see Pokemon like having like 50, 60-ish HP, we are talking about a difference. That's another crit. That's number 8. We are talking the difference of like 6 to 10 HP worth of damage that I may have missed out on because I got a low roll.
Yeah, because the lowest roll is a multiplier of 0.85 as opposed to 1.0 at the highest roll. Everything else falls somewhere in there.
Wait, so the absolute maximum is just the normal number and it can only go down?
Yes.
Yeah. Pokemon math.
That's just disappointing.
And like I said, you have no way to manipulate that. There is no way. It's complete chance.
I mean, you can cross your fingers. That might help.
No. I mean, hey, listen, the tried and true method of mashing the A button whenever you want to catch a Pokemon to guarantee that it is okay. That's a really funny quirk about this game that I hate. The game, whenever NPCs, trainers, like they spin around and like move in different directions, there's a chance that if you just get really unlucky and you basically move at a certain frame that they are moving, you just get caught and you automatically have to fight them. It's one Abra, whatever. But that is an interesting quirk that I think is only unique to this game.
I mean, I do know that spinners are notorious no matter the Pokemon game.
Yeah.
They're always awful.
Yeah, we've always been caught in their crossfire.
By the way, here comes my absolute favorite complete redesign in the remake. Mobile City is like a thriving metropolis, basically. Or rather, the world's biggest mall. I love the way Mobile City looks in this game. The Mobile Mall, also known as Mobile City.
Yeah, Mauville.
My brain hurts.
Hey, Lara, we are close to 30% done with the game. So don't worry, we got time. And by the way, we have now just acquired a bike, which is going to be one of our main modes of transportation and movement throughout the run. So I'm going to... Actually, I should have done this later, but that's fine. Oh. That's fine. We can now bike indoors, which actually we're not supposed to, but don't worry about it.
Your Professor Oak doesn't yell at you in this one.
Do I have yes. Bulldoze? And, all right, cool. Now we just got our main damage dealer for like the next half hour. I'm not even kidding. By the way, remember how much I hyped up Bulldoze? Oh, can wow, there's a weird cooldown period with like whenever you're menuing in this game, and it's really annoying. But yeah, we are now basically prepping our Marshtomp to be just the strongest being in existence. Even though it is the slowest being in existence, it is going to be the strongest being in existence. We're going to already get rid of Echoed Voice. For how much I hyped up Echoed Voice, it's already served its purpose. So it did wonderful. But now we move on to our next main damage dealer, Bulldoze, which what it does, it is a physical type move. It gets a what's called the same type attack bonus because it's a ground type move, and Marshtomp is water ground. So water type moves and ground type moves get a natural. I want to say I accidentally hit B. Get a, I think it's a 1.25 or 1.3 multiplier in this game. Actually, it might be a straight up 1.5 boost to damage.
Yeah, stab is 1.5.
Yeah, and we also equipped the Soft Sand, which also gives it an additional boost to damage done by ground type moves. I am not smart enough to do that math.
That's another 1.2 multiplier. So 1.2 times 1.5. Halara, you like math?
I never said that. I said I have degrees in math. Those are two very fundamentally different concepts. However, if you do like math, I have a little bit of a surprise for you all.
Ooh.
I have a number for you.
Okay.
$38.14. Do you know what that number is? That is how much more we need to hit a Prevent-A-Thon lifetime $18,000 raised for Little Warriors.
Wow. I'm so glad you told me, because otherwise I would not have been able to figure out that math problem.
You don't have that number magically in your head all the time?
I barely have the number for this game memorized in my head.
All right, well, if someone does want to snipe that lifetime $18,000 raised for Little Warriors, $38.14 donation. Just saying, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, we still have a lot of time before we have to go nicknaming our next Pokemon. So this could be your chance. This could be your chance to either build onto a lead or start something new and have a new leader in the Named Latios challenge. That's number 9. 9 critical hits in roughly an hour. So if I'm doing my math, I'm on pace for over 30 criticals. If I'm doing my math right.
Let's go.
Roughly 30 criticals, which would be a new PB for how many criticals I've encountered in a run. I think the previous PB is like 20 something. And I am surprised at how many criticals we've gotten already. And surprisingly, how little it actually has mattered. I think we've had, thankfully, every single critical that has mattered has gone our way. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, Alara, but these train at the little kid trainers, they actually, did you notice the Pokemon that was on their shirt?
No, and now I'm sad. What is it?
It's the Fates of a Sableye.
Oh my goodness! Oh, now I'm extra sad that I missed it.
I don't know if we'll encounter this trainer type ever again for the rest of the run.
That's okay.
We'll still see Sableye. We will still see Sableye later on in the run. That is a guarantee.
The little boy.
Sableye is inevitable, I will say.
Just a little guy.
It sounds way more ominous when you put it that way.
Oh, trust me, in the right circumstance, it is. I had a
He's
run.
just-
I had a run. I'm not even kidding. Actually, lose PB potential literally because of Sableye.
He truly is the best.
It toppled an Earth God, so who am I to question that?
Also, if you thought the Rock Gym was a good matchup,
Oh,
the Electric Gym.
I'm gonna be honest. The first, like, obviously with Echoed Voice, the second gym is after Hideki. The second gym is pretty easy. The entire first half of gym leaders go down really quickly to Mudkip and Marshtomp because the matchup is so unbelievably in our favor. Bufo is not going to struggle one bit.
Well, yeah, these moves have a lot of PP. So, of course, we're not going to see struggle this run.
You know, that is...
I caught that one. I caught that one.
Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted X speed. I don't even know if an X speed is. This will even outspeed the Voltorb. Anyway, not that it matters.
You know, here I was thinking this entire time, oh no, this is going to be terrible because water type, and I forgot water ground.
Ground.
Water ground is legit one of the best, if not arguably the best type combination ever.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But for the purposes of this run specifically,
I would still
Wait,
argue even over Ghost Dark before fairy types were introduced. I would still argue water ground is even better.
I mean, modern day, there's Fairy Steel as a best type combination.
Oh, Fairy Steel's a
Yeah.
really good one.
Wait, do we have a fairy steel?
We have multiple
Tinkaton.
Fairy Steels. And
Yeah.
also Zacian.
I like Tinkaton. It's my favorite fairy steel.
And also Mega Mawile. And regular Mawile.
Oh. Shout out to Generation 6 competitive Pokemon, which I am a veteran of. Mega Mawile, along with Mega Kangaskhan, basically running the entire show. You literally could not play competitive Pokemon unless you ran one or both, or literally built your entire team over countering both of them. Because they are that broken in the game.
And now we have one of them back.
Oh,
Thanks to champions.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I mean, this is not Gen 6, so Mega Kangaskhan has been nerfed into the ground.
True. And that's funny, I've actually rarely ran into... I don't think I've ever ran into a single Mawile in my entire time playing Champions.
I don't think it's in the game.
That's not in the game, really? That's a crime. Mawile is awesome. Even if I have nightmares from my competitive days.
I am quickly learning. I am absolutely out of my element in terms of being around speedrunners and talking about Pokemon.
You say
Between
hosting
this
for a
and
Pokemon
chat.
speedrun.
I'm hosting for a Pokemon speedrun more than once in a month.
We got 2 weeks to teach you everything about this game.
I did. Huh? What?
I mean, this is,
Isaiah,
did we not tell you?
You're going to be a commentator for this for the game in 2 weeks and not a host.
Would you look at the time? I need to go take my pet Rock on a walk.
Well, I mean, Geodude does exist in this game.
And that is far from the only rock that is literally a living Pokemon either. There's also like Roggenrola, Roly-Coly.
Oh, I meant to stop, but I was also hoping that this trainer would not look at me. That's fine. That's a Gulpin. I forgot. Yeah, you go down. Your Gulpin's gonna get KO'd right now. Unless somehow this Gulpin is faster. There's no way. I know Bufo's speed is non-existent, but it's not slower than a Gulpin 3 levels lower. Okay, want to make sure that... Okay, go. Okay, so the next, this next little chapter, they're kind of not... It's not super cutscene heavy, but but we are going to be dealing with a lot of, like, exposition, per se. So, Alara, you are welcome to kind of just take over the next like couple of minutes if you want.
I will gladly take over for a little while because I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, including Little Words does a lot of fantastic things. And one of the things they can do is help you empower yourself with the tools and knowledge to make a difference. Developed in collaboration with the researchers at the University of Alberta, Prevent-A-Thon is a free workshop. It is evidence-based and that helps equip adults with practical strategies to help prevent child sexual abuse and respond safely and sensitively when concerns arise. Using the proven STOP framework, study, talk, observe, prepare for action, participants will learn to recognize signs of abuse and grooming behaviors, safeguard children online and in higher risk environments, start sensitive, age-appropriate conversations about child sexual abuse, respond appropriately and supportively when a child discloses abuse, understand child protection laws and reporting requirements, and use comprehensive workbooks, checklists, and visual tools to support learning. Attendance to Prevent-A-Thon workshop is free and includes a workbook and certificate of completion. For both in-person and online participants, worksheets and articles covering trauma and recovery, self-care, and communication skills. To learn more or sign up for a session, visit littlewords.ca/prevented or type !prevent in chat.
Awesome, and thank you so much for taking that time because I nearly sweated so much. I was sweating so much because I got a very unlucky flinch, and then I got 2 critical hits in that fight. So that's now 11. So now we are on pace for like 33 critical hits in this run. Yeah, no. Now comes the introduction of another thing that we're not gonna be carrying for this run. Secret bases. This was one of the cool new things they introduced in the original GBA games. Basically, a cute little clubhouse that you can make and decorate with like dolls and like beds and like literally in a literal tree house or like a small little cavern. All that you can design to your liking, and they kind of expanded on that in this game with the remakes. So the way they've now made online sharing is that you basically get to use like a QR code of your secret base, and you can just basically spawn a lot of people's secret bases all throughout the game, and you can even battle them, those trainers, with like a set team that those people would set. And it was one of my favorite things. One of the coolest little things that the community did, and I'm talking like the overall community of the game, not just speedrunning, but they would sometimes make secret bases and you would battle Blissies, a team full of Blissies. And the reason why that's notable is because they give the most XP in the entire game. And those Blissies would basically also operate to basically make the fights go super duper quickly. And I would...
Good old Blissey dungeons.
Yeah, the Blissey dungeons are so much fun. They were so much fun to go through, because like you just go to like a deserted island and you just get like 5 secret bases with Blissey, with like nothing but Blissey fights. And it was so easy to farm levels in that game because of it.
Because they were all made level 100 on top of that.
That's right. They were also level 100. And thankfully they were not. It was not the game where they decided to make the health bar go down like a tick per second, meaning that you don't spend literally with another critical hit. It went so fast I was not sure. Don't tell me if that was a critical hit or not. I don't think so.
Don't think it was.
Oh, that's the Sableye shirt. That kid was wearing the Sableye shirt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I missed it.
Yeah.
No.
We're doomed to only mention it in posterity.
Now,
Oh no.
to be fair,
no,
I was wrong. We did actually, see another. We did see, another trainer. So I could be wrong again. We may actually end up with, maybe another one.
Do you want to hear some good news though? Because I have
absolutely.
a whole bunch of things to talk about suddenly. For starters, we have a new incentive that just got opened up. If you are looking forward to the Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar run, well, I've been talking about that $3,000 total. Well, if we hit that $3,000 total, we are going to balloon to the White Stone. So who needs speed tech? If we hit it, Oregon Mike's going to take the scenic route and do the dev-intended route using the clunky balloon to get to the White Stone to beat the game. That needs to be met before the end of Typo Man. So, hey folks, get those donations in. We need to get that done. And we've gotten some help along the way because we got $40 coming in from Deg, who says, new PB hype. Love to my SCS friends. Let's get that 3K.
Much love to you, Dag. Someone that I have been a lot of us have been so very fortunate to work with, really over the past year with Steel City Speedsters, and I'm so grateful to call Dag a friend. Okay. Now, you would think that this little area is very insignificant, and it really is, but I've had an instance where I have accidentally fought every single trainer in this route, so I am going to take a safety save and not do that. So already this is better than... Actually, I think my PB did end up actually fighting all of them, so who knows? Okay, there we go. We have now... I'm being very careful because, I do a lot of my movement with the circle pad because it's just easier for me, easier on my fingers. But circle pad does introduce a lot of potential, hey, you could accidentally slip and fight a trainer that you didn't intend to.
And this was back in the days where the games were still structured kind of in a grid, but with full 3D movement.
Yeah, that was also one of the other things. I need to heal. I definitely need to heal. Because we're going to be doing our very first double battle, and I'm also going to take a safety save. Because if I lose this fight, we are talking about... Actually, no, because I saved earlier, it wasn't a big time loss, but if I had not saved, we'd be talking a 2-minute... I keep hitting B by accident. A 2.5 minute time loss, potentially? And so we don't want to do that. But yeah.
No. Here we only go fast. It's a speed run, not a slow run.
And thankfully, our opponents are actually going to help us in going fast. Because this coughing is going to use self-destruct on turn 1. So we're not even going to bother trying to do damage to it.
Yes, the obligatory double battles.
Okay, you snarl. That's honestly fine.
Yeah, because the original Gen 3 games are the ones that invented double battles. So they made it required for you to do them.
Please let this not be the first bad crit of the run. Okay,
You shouldn't have said anything.
We were having a great... That's number 12, by the way. Okay, I should have learned my lesson in not tempting fate like that. Because my PB has one of the most infamous moments of my entire speedrunning career, where literally moments before a coughing self-destruct, I'm like, I'm fine. We're gonna be fine. It's not, even if it critted, it's not gonna KO me. It critted and it left me with 3 HP. And so, I'm not even kidding. Well, that's another... What is going on? Hold on. That's now 2 fights in the last 10 minutes where we had 2 crits in that same fight. That is number... excuse me? That is number 13. That was a lot more stressful than I wanted. Okay, so now comes a quick cutscene. So, Lara, you got it. I'll give you. You can have like next 20 seconds to yourself, but then afterward, I am going to need a little bit of focus time, so I can not be a dummy and not press B at the worst possible time.
Okay, I'm gonna just be super quick. Everyone, you are watching Prevent-A-Thon. We are raising money for Little Warriors. Little Warriors is a national charitable organization dedicated to changing the trajectory of child sexual abuse through education, advocacy, treatment, and prevention.
Awesome. So, basically, this is introducing Team Aqua, the good guys in this version of the game. In Alpha Sapphire, the roles would be reversed. So now we are going to basically be given the option, like in a little bit, of Brendan being like, "Hey, I'm going to Mauville. Do you wanna lift?" If you press B with the way I have routed things, congratulations, you lose 3 minutes minimum. So let's not do that. Because that means I would have to backtrack all the way back and hope I don't run into any trainers. I'm going to run any trainers, to some trainers. And the trainers I would be running into, I'm not even kidding, have coffins, which in a one-on-one battle, it's virtually unwinnable. Because I have nothing that will do a lot of damage. Oh cool, Smackdown. Not the wrestling show, but the Pokemon move. So now, yes. Okay, cool. We have saved ourselves from a 3 to 5 minute time loss.
We have defeated the final boss.
Oh, believe me, this is gonna this option is gonna happen again. We're gonna have another situation like this in about 12 minutes from now, 12 to 15 minutes from now. But first, let's do some shopping. I'm going to sell off our nugget, then our common shard, which does like fetches for a hefty penny. And then now we're going to get into like the big healing items. We're gonna get 15 hyper potions. I'll get 1 revive because I've never needed a revive at any point in my runs. However, they are a good safety strat for just in case something happens in a series of fights about an hour from now. So now we're going to go all the way back to kind of where we were, where we went into that cave. However, you may remember we went into the left entrance. There is a right entrance that takes us to an active volcano that anyone can just visit. By the way, goes without saying, please don't go to any active volcanoes.
I changed my plans for tomorrow.
Here I thought I was gonna have a nice beach day.
Well, fortunately, a lot you're gonna have to wait, and given how Ohio and Pennsylvania has been acting in terms of the weather, you're probably gonna have to wait for a long while.
It'll be a beach day with like winter coats.
Yeah. Yeah, is that not how everybody... I remember growing up in Puerto Rico and having my winter coat in 95 to 100 degree weather.
Yeah. We can't spell winter without win.
The amount of people I've freaked out when I've said I've absolutely worn jackets in like 80 and 90 degree weather.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one that's done that. Thank you. I remember when I went to college in New Jersey and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so warm." Meanwhile, it's like 70, like 75, 80 degrees. And I'm like, "How are you not freezing?"
You know, I in college I would regularly have people like, "Why are you in a shorts and a t-shirt? It's 50 degrees."
Oh, that's me too. Yeah. I'm on the opposite end.
But me and Toro were trained in hard mode for hot weather.
Yeah. Hard mode, cold weather for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I'm
then
just from the other side of this Pennsylvania state, so I'm like, I don't know what your experience, how different your experience was, if that's the case.
I lived in New England for a while, and I knew I became an honorary New Englander when I was drinking iced coffee, like iced Dunkin' coffee in the middle of winter with like shorts on. It's like, oh, I've made it.
I will remind you that we are transplants. We are not from here originally.
No. I grew up in an extremely sunny and warm. Laura and I, we grew up in an extremely sunny place in Puerto Rico.
As what at Pokemon NPC eloquently put it. Hi, I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
You're about 5 gens late on that one.
Yeah.
What's the shorts gen? Yeah, that was in Gen 1 line.
That was Gen 1. Yeah.
All right.
I forget if they brought it back in Gen 2 or not, though.
They did a variation of that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
They did in Fire Red, I think. Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Tabitha, I need you to not lock in and crit me again. I'm gonna need you to not lock in. Please. The name of the game is to get a self-destruct out as fast. Thank you. Okay, we should be fine. At this point, we should not be in any danger of getting critted. Ah, there we go. I bested fate. Finally.
So, question for the remakes: did they actually give the 1% Rattata an actual like perfect IV score?
Yes, they did. Like, it is actually in the 1 percentile. And
Nice.
Yeah. Ugh. Now, granted, I would have been relatively happy for a crit because that meant another $1 in the jar. We are, before I forget, someone please remind me, we are at 13. I think we are at 13 still. This is unfortunately one of those fights where obviously a crit is 50-50 in terms of who's the one dishing it out. This is one of those fights you desperately do not want a crit going against you. Because we are trying to map things out in such a way where we need to set up our... And this is kind of one of those fights where Mudkip's initial speed stat being terrible is going to be a problem. Maxie's first Pokemon, Mightyena, is going to use Swagger. More than likely going to use Swagger. What it does is it confuses you, but it raises your attack stat by 2 stages. The reason why it may seem counterintuitive to do that, the reason being is because when you fail the crit chance, or the confusion check, you basically do the equivalent of a normal type a normal type move that does 40 damage. And obviously, the higher your attack stat is, the more damage you're going to deal to yourself. Okay, I was not prepared to have to deal with 2 Swaggers, but that does guarantee that it does guarantee that this Marshtomp Bufo is not going to lose to anything. Even with less than half HP, it's going to just obliterate anything. So, obviously, since this is a lot of y'all's first initial look at a proper speedrun of this game, what are your initial thoughts on it?
Pokemon is weird without animations.
Why did you point it out? Now I can't unsee it. Because you said it right as an attack happened.
Okay, but to be fair, if we had animations, we'd still be on Gym 2 right now.
You're not wrong. That doesn't make it less weird to me.
I'm gonna be honest, it feels weird to me having animations on at this point. Like, the only time I see animation. The only time I see animations right now at this point is Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, at least Pokemon Champions made it so they're not like extremely slow or anything.
Oh yeah, and also they look rad. They look really cool.
Y'all, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh,
but I need to point it out.
Yes.
I just took a look at the donation total, and I don't know if Deg did this on purpose. But right now, if someone really, really wants to get us to 3K, the number you'd need to donate is $67.
Woo! Wait, I meant to talk. I was so distracted by the 6-7 that I needed to actually talk to you because you are a free heal.
I mean, that is the generation, or the generations of Pokemon on the 3DS.
True. So if you want to donate in honor of the generations this system has those games on, exclamation mark donate.
That is the only thing it means. There is no other meaning.
All right, who's ready to play a guessing game? Okay, the gym puzzle is basically a guessing game as to which panel takes you. If you guess, okay, let's see. Bottom or top pad? If you guess bottom pad, you're wrong. Let's see. If you thought that it would be the one that is right to our left, you were also wrong. I just also realized this game does not work because I'm going so fast. It's a speed run. I just realized. Breaking news. Although funny enough, the solution to a lot of these puzzles in this gym is actually go for the option that is farthest from you. If there are multiple, usually. By the way, we have to fight this trainer. He is obligatory, so I did not purposefully choose Kindler Andy. We have to fight him, and I went straight to him to save like a couple of seconds on the walk animation of reaching Kindler Andy.
Yeah, I know that's a pretty common thing with Pokemon speedruns. It's just like, oh yeah, talk to everybody you have to fight.
Okay, I'm concerned about his carrying technique. That does not look OSHA compliant.
I mean, does he work there, or is he just carrying something?
Well, I would assume he is working there on the fact that work would imply that he is getting paid. There's nothing to confirm in any of these games that the gym trainers are paid. So I don't know.
Either way, one-handed carrying like that is not very good lifting technique. He's going to get himself hurt.
Unless he just really wanted to show off like how strong he is, which honestly, a rule of cool? I can see it in this instance.
Hey, how about we take a moment to appreciate the $3,000 hype?
Woo!
Let's go $3,000, everyone. You did it. We have broken 3K on day 3. This is outstanding pace.
Unbelievable.
That's like 3 golden goes.
That I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy I am.
And for the record, the donation that came in was from SoFlyRat, and all they said was bet. And it was indeed a $67 donation. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the 6-7 joke, but this is absolutely what I will accept. That was a really good use of that one. Touche, SoFlyRat, touche.
I did the same thing. The same mistake as I did last on my PB, which thankfully did not actually affect me too badly. I forgot to equip the soft sand to get the 1.2 multiplier.
Never punished.
I was punished. I think on the to harken back again to the Steel City Speedsters run, I actually was punished on this one. I think in that instance, I think I just straight up had like really bad damage rolls. But anyways, we celebrate 3K by getting our 4th gym badge. We already got, we're basically halfway done with getting badges.
Yeah, we're halfway done. Hour and a half in. Looks at the time remaining. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, we're halfway there. What could go wrong?
That's how numbers work.
Yeah. And at the current pace, obviously 1 hour and a half roughly, it would take us about, how long did it, 90 minutes divided by 4, that is 22.5 minutes per gym badge. Let's lower that average significantly because we are already at gym 5. We are already at gym 5.
But didn't we just finish a gym?
Yeah. By the way, remember when I said, like, oh, we're going to encounter a crossroads decision for fast travel, where if we don't make the right decision, we lose 3 minutes. That was the other one. And by the way, this will be starting the last, this will be the first of 5 fights left with Bofu Bofu. Or, wait, did I get the name wrong? Bufo Bufo. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Bufo Bufo.
We're giving him a huge buffo with the soft sand.
I'm gonna die, Sam. You're killing me.
I am going to need every possible buff I can. I cannot stress this enough. There's no puzzle. It's literally pick a door. Doesn't matter what door you get a boss fight. This is the one instance I actually wish Bufo Bufo was female, because we would not be encountering the attract strat, which is basically you flip a coin as to whether or not you can even attack. But thankfully, that coin landed head. So
this one is not a meme. Actual 50-50.
Like the game tells you it's 50-50. It's like 80-20 against you. And for speedrun purposes, you always want to pick the room to the right. Did I take damage? I did not take damage. Okay. I was so stressed out about the attract that I forgot about the fact about whether or not I even took damage. This one, I'm for sure going to take damage. Now, this one is a bit of a puzzle in and of itself, because how we tackle this fight depends entirely on what move will be first. Will we get hit with? Is it? Yeah, I figured it was covered. Okay. So we're going to use Mud Shot. Okay, stop using Covet, please. And then go for Bulldoze. And we should be fine. You heal? I think this is the first time ever I've seen this trainer heal. I didn't even know you healed. I know you had it. I know every single fight in this game uses an X item, but I've never seen anyone heal. That's a new one for me.
I feel like that's required for a Pokemon run to get it. That's never happened before.
You know, we've already had that on the Spiral run that I had yesterday. Thankfully, that one was a good thing, because it was one of the coolest things I could have shown off unintentionally in that Spiral run that I've never even attempted before, trick-wise. But that one, that was like, I mean, it ultimately didn't matter. It was more of like a, huh? That happens? Thankfully, this one is a straight shot. You just bulldoze 3 times. Because this is the critical hit room. So now we're dealing with 50-50. Just assume I'm going to get... Oh! Please let me go first. Please let me go first. Please let me go first. Okay, good. That's would have been really bad. Because assuming I get crit, we'd be dealing with the move Crush Claw, which is a really strong normal type move, buffed up by the same attack type bonus, buffed by the critical hit ratio, buffed by Horn Cloth, which increases your attack stat by 1 stage. Yeah, I'm glad Bulldoze had the secondary ability of lowering your opponent's speed. But by the way, remember when we were talking about our dad being a boss? Welcome to Norman. I'm not even kidding. Maybe the most stressful fight in the game and the longest setup in the entire run. I'm not even joking. This will take an eternity to set up. So Lara, you're free to, I'm not even kidding, take the next minute to yourself to talk about anything.
So super quick before you do that, when does the next incentive close, more or less, for my knowledge?
Give it about 2 minutes after we collect the badge. I think that's a good ending point.
All right, folks, you heard it. We have about 2 minutes after we collect a badge. So get those donations in if you want to help name Latios. In the meantime, while we watch Norman get beat up by the protagonist and Bufo, how about we learn a little bit more about what we're doing? So we here at Prevent-A-Thon are raising money for Little Warriors. Thank you for watching Prevent-A-Thon. We are a speedrunning marathon supporting Little Warriors, a Canadian-based charity dedicated to changing the trajectory of child sexual abuse through education, advocacy, treatment, and prevention. We appreciate every single donation, and if you're enjoying the event and you want to join us in the future, come join our supportive community. You can find out when we're preparing for future events by joining our Discord. You can type !Discord in chat to get an invitation link, and you can do that right now.
By the way, we are still setting up.
Okay, in which case I have $7 in from Final Flame, who says nothing. There was no comment, but thank you anyway, Final Flame.
Thank you very much, Final Flame. At the risk of being redundant, I feel confident that with only 3 X items, we can probably damage roll this in our favor. Okay, I'm gonna take... This may seem weird, but trust me on this, I will... I don't trust myself. That is a problem. All right, time to use the leopard berry. If nothing, just to waste a turn. Because I do not want to be asleep when the next Pokemon comes out. Okay, that's completely fine. It's a really weird cat and mouse wait and see battle because Slacking, I'm not even kidding, its stats are the Pokemon that we just beat literally rival and sometimes eclipse legendary Pokemon. The drawback to Slacking is its ability literally only makes it so that it can only attack every other turn, which gives us the opportunity to set up everything that we did. So I'm going to actually take heal because we will not one-shot this Slacking. He could potentially one-shot us, so I want to be at full health. Okay, I want to say we officially win. If the speed, oh, this is a damage roll. Oh, this is a damage.
No. All right, chat. I think we need to send in some energy for Toro.
I should really stop tempting fate at 3x item. You're 60 attack. You should not. That should not be a damage roll. That have to have been like the 2 possible lowest damage rolls in a row, which can happen. But oh, nothing like a father's love, huh? This is why I keep stressing. This is the hardest fight in the game. Wow, I really cannot believe I mean, just based on the fact that I knew that this was, it was a potential damage roll, but I didn't think that even then that was I thought it was like lowest damage roll possible on that first hit, and then it was a guarantee. But no, let's just give me the next worst thing. Wow, that was surprising. Okay, but at least I now know to go for 4x attacks as opposed to 3. Did I go for? Wait, did I get? Wait, that was 2x speeds, right? I think that was 2. I had 5x attacks. Ooh, okay. No, we're good. He's not gonna damage us, but to be on the safe side.
It makes you miss the modern quality of life of actually showing all of your stat changes.
Yeah, that would be great right about now. That would be phenomenal. Okay, I'm just gonna X speed. I can tank this X speed. I'm not worried about it. How do I want to deal? Well, actually, yeah. I'm gonna have to heal. Retaliate. That's fine because you are going to. The order actually does matter. I want the low speed out now. So now, that way, the next time. Oh, that actually works out perfectly. Ooh, that works out perfectly. Okay, Norman, thank you. Encore basically makes it so that you are locked into using the last move, the move that you use last turn, not the last move you did, the last turn action. But because we use an item, that can't happen. We can't. Slacking cannot force us to heal to use a potion for 5 straight turns. So yeah, we're good. We've now won. We won. Yeah, there's no possible way we lose. And that was not me tempting fate. Mathematically, it is impossible for that to happen. Hey, we beat Norman.
We are out from
You know what? But I like to think Norman, the game wanted to give us some more Pokemon. The game wanted to give us some extra time for people to donate and support Little Warriors and maybe get a last-second snipe on the Latios name. I like to think that.
I mean, Pokemon runs are way less interesting when everything goes well.
True.
You might not be happy about it, but it's a lot more entertaining that way.
Entertaining for who? Well, I guess for the audience, for all of you, sure. But I guess I like to think of myself as an entertainer at heart. But, you know, I think there are other ways to entertain people in a Pokemon run that don't involve leaving things up to numbers you cannot see and cannot manipulate in your favor.
Well, we have Surf now, so it's time to truly become ocean compliant.
That is true.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I feel like I grew as a person just in this entire Norman fight.
Yeah, that was some like serious character development for this run.
It genuinely was. It genuinely was something incredible.
You entered the fight a Nor
Your own
boy.
dad is like, get good.
You entered the fight a Nor boy. You ended the fight a Nor man.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. All right, now time for Bufo to basically turn into the those in traditional RPGs when you're in the overworld and you need to use like certain items to traverse everything and to try and like go over obstacles that previously blocked your path. Bufo is gonna be that. So he will have one final ceremonial fight. And then after that, we have a new... Okay, make that 2. I'm sorry? You locked in real good for that. Oh god, do I even have an... I have ground type moves, right? I have ground type moves, right? I do. Okay, good. I have ground type moves. Oh, this game just wants to be a jerk to me. I mean, this game wants to give me more time to have people donate to Prevent-A-Thon and support Little Warriors. But now comes...
Sounds like a great chance to get the last minute donations in, people.
Absolutely. All right, the surfing has been done. We are now officially OSHA compliant. Hey, look, it's Steven again. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, Steve. Steve, we are speedrunning.
Or Steve running.
For anyone who first booted up these games, this cutscene was game-changing. This Pokemon doesn't show up until the post game in the original GBA games, and now roughly halfway into the run, and you're like, "Why are you here? What? Why is
I already have a physical piece of
But
paper
it's
to
so
scan
cute.
with the e-reader.
It's so cute in 3D.
I love it. It's so good.
It's adorable.
And also, I also want to take a quick, 30 seconds of silence for this music. It's my absolute favorite song in the game. And now we interrupt this amazing musical score to bring you Latios. We are really darn close. We have one more fight, and then Latios officially joins the party. So I think we are now kind of at the point where now's a good time to, if it's not been decided, probably a good time to learn what we will name our Latios. And by the way, there's no strategy to this fight whatsoever. It's literally just surf twice.
Hey, that's a strategy.
Wait, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I accidentally double inputted, and we nearly had a catastrophe. Oh, okay, that did a little bit more damage than I would have liked. Oh no. I'm going to heal because I don't trust Metang. Okay, I didn't realize that Metang had bullet punch.
Yeah, but that would require the doubles partner to be useful.
True, and they hardly are in these games. Hopefully that one hyper potion use is not going to matter in the long run. They never do. I typically have a surplus of hyper potions. All right. And now we are holding to get our nickname.
I am working on that right now. I almost have that number for you.
Hey, let's gives us more time to appreciate this music.
And our winner with $89 donated is Trans Lefts.
Awesome.
So we have trans
One or two-
rights
one-
and trans lefts.
One or two words.
Trans lefts, all one word, capital T, capital L.
Okay. Want to make sure I spell that correctly. Wait, Wait, what? Did I accidentally... We might have to do a quick check back to Mauville? To a slate port? As I don't know what just happened. That it... Let me check real quickly. To make sure the name actually went through? If not, let's go back to Slayport real quickly and check the name raider. Which is completely fine. It's not a long trek. But yeah, and one of the cool things about once you get the Eon Flute later in the game, you can literally fly around the map with Latios, and it's so fun to do so. Why did it not? That's fine. Okay, we're gonna take a quick detour back to Slayport City. Alara, you're more than welcome to vamp and talk for the next couple of minutes while we correct this thing.
I would love to, because I just got word that, I want more Prevent-A-Thon. You want more Prevent-A-Thon. We all want more Prevent-A-Thon. The best way to do that is to add a bonus game. So our currently newly opened incentive is we can add our third bonus run of the game, bonus game of the event. We can add Pump It Up Phoenix that is going to be run by Zello, and we need to have a total of donations equal to $3,649. So if we want to see that by the end of Spin Rhythm tomorrow, we're going to have to hit 3649.
Hey, it gives us the opportunity to, once we beat this trainer, of course, there's always a 3 Pokemon trainer when we don't need it. After we beat this fight, Alara, please pay close attention to the shirt the kid is wearing.
Oh, watching, yep.
Don't worry, we still got 2 more Pokemon to go through. But, please tell me this Aaron doesn't have Sturdy. This is in the time in the franchise where Sturdy, basically meant you get to survive with 1 HP if you were at full health. But no problems there.
Yeah, it originally was just it protects against one-hit KO moves and literally nothing else.
Which you never see in a casual playthrough, hardly ever.
It came up in Pokemon Champions.
Oh, I love that.
I literally forgot that Sturdy protected one-hit KO moves until it came up in Champions the other day for me.
I run into that all the time.
Somebody was using entrainment at Hall Lucha.
You should be
with no guard.
Yes, you are. Okay, thank goodness you did not. Thank goodness this was not changed in the remake.
So in the meantime, I do want to mention with that new incentive, the reason why that's priced at $36.49 is because if we hit that number, that's an event PB. That will mean this is the most money raised at any Prevent-A-Thon. So please, can we hit $36.49? I believe in you.
I believe. Let's... Okay, I'm gonna buy a couple of extra repels to make up for the fact that we just wasted about you sell it? Okay, you do sell max repels. Thank goodness. Okay. And now back to your regularly scheduled adventure onwards to batch number 6, and we'll get to see what this excuse me, what Translefs can do. This Latios is very special. Or actually, all legendary Pokemon you get from this point in the franchise onwards are pretty special because, hey Laura, you want to hear another fun little factoid about Pokemon maths? There's still more.
Please, I want to die on the inside.
So, every Pokemon in the game, corresponding to their stat, has something called an individualized value. It is a basically invisible stat that has been a lot more easier to comprehend as every new generation has progressed. It is an invisible number corresponding from 0 to 31 in every single stat. And they are completely random by itself without any manipulation. Upon encountering, hatching, and capturing every Pokemon, any Pokemon you get. They are completely random. Every number, if you have a IV of, say, 5, you get an extra 5 stat points in that corresponding stat. You want to get, obviously, the max 31, but they are completely random. However, legendary Pokemon from this point in the franchise onwards have a guaranteed perfect 31 IVs in 3 of the 6 stats. However, they are random. Let's see, 92. Okay, that's an interesting stat spread. If people who are super knowledgeable can tell me what... I know 92 for sure has to be perfect special attack. So that is actually really good. I believe just at a quick glance, that is perfect special attack, perfect special defense. Speed is definitely not perfect. That's a minor problem, but we can work with it. And I think either perfect HP or perfect defense.
Hit part 2.
Oh, I forgot to switch out. I knew I was forgetting something. Bufo, you are no longer an active battler.
We gotta switch to the left Pokemon, not the right Pokemon.
True.
Oh yeah, and also now we have access to a mechanic that you probably won't actually use at all. Mega.
Oh yeah. So, I will just say this right now. Mega Latios is virtually indestructible. We will never see Mega Latios in a run. The reason being is because Mega Latios, the animation to Mega Evolve loses quite a bit of time. So we will never do that.
We can just win every fight without having to transform.
Pretty much, especially with the special attack being basically perfect. But the problem is the fact that it has 70, I think, what was that, 72 speed? Not loving it, but I've PB'd with that low speed before. I can work with it. It's just going to be a little bit cumbersome in some fights, including the gym leader that we have coming up. All right, this fight is basically a cakewalk, and after this, it's I'm going to be doing some item management. So, quick question. I want to pose a question to everyone. What is your favorite legendary Pokemon? For me, my favorite legendary Pokemon, it may sound weird and counterintuitive, but my favorite legendary, at least design-wise, is Kyogre. I absolutely love that giant blue whale.
So I said earlier I love the Regis, and they're near the top for me, but for my absolute top, I think I'd have to go with Darkrai.
Ooh, Darkrai's so cool.
I love Darkrai.
Darkrai is a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he was punished for Smeargle's crimes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So
Hold on.
Yeah, okay. So here's a bit of lore. This is competitive Pokemon lore. Darkrai is best known for, excuse me, is best known for having its signature move, Dark Void, which basically what it does is it puts, especially in doubles battle where competitive Pokemon is set in, it puts both of your Pokemon to sleep, and it is 90% accurate, which sure, it's not 100%.
I think it was 80% accurate originally.
Okay, 80. That's still
Point
a
is, it's
relatively
too
high number. It's really too high. And Smeargle has the ability of being able to learn any move in the game, including Dark Void. So what a lot of people in competitive Pokemon would do is they would have a Smeargle learn Dark Void because Darkrai is banned in competitive Pokemon. And they would just spam Dark Void, and if it hits both Pokemon, you kind of got a guaranteed win. And
it's 80% accurate dude, with the power of math. Yeah, it's like a 64% chance that it hits both of them. It's not a low chance.
And so after a couple of generations and a few years of people having to deal with the monster that is Dark Void Smeargle, Pokemon decided to make a real big, hard programming change to the move. It is now only 50% accurate. We have not seen a critical hit in a long time. That's 14. Dark Void is now 50%, and Smeargle is programmed to be unable to learn it. It can learn any other move, cannot learn Dark Void.
It's not only did they take it out of Smeargle's move pool, they just made it so that Darkrai could also never use it and have it be any good.
Oh, that's so unfair for Darkrai. My favorite thing about Darkrai though is in Diamond and Pearl, the way you catch Darkrai is in your nightmares. So you go to sleep and you dream about it, and you catch it in your dreams. And for anyone that doesn't know, Pokemon has actually like kind of some spooky stuff in it. Like here and there, there's like you might encounter some like ghosts in some of these games.
Like Sableye.
Yeah.
Getting Rotom legitimately without changing my clock when I was like 8 years old absolutely scared the bejesus out of me.
Getting what? What was that?
Rotom in Gen 4.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to do it at night in the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion, where it was implied some scary stuff kind of went down. Yeah.
And now Rotom has basically become a pseudo second mascot of the franchise.
I think Rotom's a tertiary mascot behind Eevee.
True.
I do love Rotom as well, and like the concept of Rotom.
Rotom is great. They gave it the legendary music in Gen 4, so I thought it was a legendary for a very long time.
Yeah, same.
I ran into so many people that thought the same thing, but also thought like certain Pokemon were legendary because they got like extra attention. Like I remember even in college, I had saw one of my best friends was like, "Yeah, Lucario's a legendary," because it had its own movie. Nope, it's not a legendary. It was just they just really wanted to push Lucario hard as like a really cool Pokemon, and to be honest, it is really cool.
Yeah, Arcanine's a legendary. Its tagline is literally the legendary Pokemon. That's what the Pokedex says.
And that is true. Okay, we got the Megastone to be able to evolve our Swampert. Let's never get Swampert ever.
Also, I never actually said my favorite legendary, and I'm not like 100% certain about this, but I'll probably go with Dialga, just because Diamond was my first game, plus Pokemon Explorers.
Dialga's great.
Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
Also, that lady has a vision of a hawk. I don't think it should have been able to see me from that far away. That's fine, it's a Golding. And a Seaking. Wait, why not just have two Seakings? Oh, this thing is tanky.
Am I weird for liking the little like cloud Cosmog, if I recall, that's his name.
It's Nebby.
Yeah,
It's got to make sure he stays in the bag.
Cosmog is also adorable.
No.
Yeah.
Cosmog is a good choice. Useless in battle, but it makes up for it by being marketable.
Okay. Finally, after 20 million detours, we are finally going to be going to the gym of this. I really love the gym leader Winona's design in this game. It's honestly arguably one of my favorite designs that they've done among the gym leaders in the remake.
And also on the way here, you had a battle with the legendary Pokemon Kecleon. It's a static encounter that makes it a legendary.
True.
Kecleon legendary confirmed.
I mean, to be fair, if anyone's ever played the mystery dungeon games and try to surprise
shop.
Kecleon in his shop, he might as well be a legendary. Do I have any? Okay, I need to heal because I want to make sure. So I know my initial speed was a 72. That I'm trying to think. I think it's just barely not enough for me to get away with. Yeah, I'm gonna be going second. Basically, whenever I try to attack. The name of the game of this is basically the first fight, Swellow. Swellow's gonna either be going for Aerial Ace or Double Team. Aerial Ace is barely the better option because you get a guaranteed hit. But at the very least, knowing for a fact, mathematically, this is not me tempting fate again. Mathematically, I know that with only 2 special attacks, I can absolutely basically sweep the rest of this fight. Okay, Aerial Ace, that's fine. Aerial Ace again.
Clearly, the best option here is to get double team and just not miss.
You know, I want to say you're wrong, but you're actually right. You are actually correct. Okay, there we go. Okay, we won. I'm not even joking. We just won. There's 3 more Pokemon left. We won. HP is at 100. I think the HP might be the perfect stat here. And Skarmory, we just go with Surf. That should 1 KO. Okay, yep. Yeah, no, we're good. Luster Purge should also, mathematically, Luster Purge should also 1 KO. There we go. All right, that's batch number 6. A lot longer than I would have liked, but hey, that just meant that we got to raise even more money and support Little Warriors. Alara, would you care to talk more about Little Warriors? Now's actually a pretty good time to talk a little bit about them.
I would love to. So they actually have a whole bunch of programs, as I've mentioned a couple of times already. But one of their in-person programs is called the Be Brave Ranch. The Be Brave Ranch provides specialized intensive treatment for children and teens who have experienced sexual abuse. The programs are designed for ages 8 to 17 and focus on building resilience, restoring trust, and helping participants move forward with strength and confidence. To learn more, go to littlewarriors.ca/BeBraveRanch or type !ranch in chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you. And I really do encourage you, if you have some time, look into these programs. They might make the difference in someone in your life.
Absolutely. Another optional fight. Boy, this run's been chock full of them. But anyway, I know this is one of Selkuvmine's favorite Pokemon. I know she gushes over Swablu. It is. I absolutely love. Everyone loves the cotton candy fluffy Cloudbird.
I do like the Swablu as well.
Shout out to Mega Altaria for still having a unique type combination.
Right, it's
Yeah.
Dragon Fairy, right?
Yeah, they have not made another one.
Really? I guess you're right, huh? One of those things where like you just like, yeah. But then you really think about it like, huh, they really have not.
The more incredible thing is that there's still type combinations that haven't been used after 1,025 Pokemon.
Do we have a fairy ghost?
Yeah, Mimikyu.
Oh, Mimikyu's fairy ghost? Okay.
Yeah. Wait,
So what are the
types
ones
haven't been
that-
done yet? Yeah.
I like this game. Alara, think of a type combination to see whether or not it exists.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I like this game.
I was gonna go fire lightning, but that's like I'm gonna assume anything with lightning is just Rotom.
Yes,
Land
to be
Guard
accurate.
is
Yeah.
water electric.
Heat Rotom.
Yeah, where he's an oven,
Okay, that's cute though.
or when he's a washing machine, or a freezer, or a lawnmower, or a fan.
Flying ghost.
He's just Radio Shack.
That's Fan Rotom. Wait, no, sorry. Flying Electric is Fan Rotom. Flying Ghost. I'm trying to remember. So it definitely does exist. Okay, I got some help from chat. Yeah, Drifloon and Drifblim.
Oh yeah, Drifloon.
It's not Friday, so I wasn't gonna think of Drifloon.
Wait, what?
In Gen 4, you could only catch Drifloon on Fridays.
Yeah, it's like chilling outside a building.
Yeah, at the Valley Windworks.
Yeah, that was it.
It's not even the most bizarre way to catch a Pokemon in Gen 4. I'm sure, Sam, I think you know this. Could you explain to Alara how to catch Munchlax in Gen 4?
You don't. The RNG is so bad. Because you have to slather honey on a tree. That takes 8 real-world hours to spawn a Pokemon. And if you time travel, the game doesn't like that. So if like you change the time on your Nintendo DS, it doesn't like that. And so you have to wait 8 real-world hours. And I believe it's a 1% chance that it's a Munchlax. And I also don't think it even works on all of the trees. I'm not too sure about that last part.
If I remember correctly, there are 6 honey trees out of like 20 in the game that can spawn a Munchlax. Good luck figuring that out. It's all random. There's no way to tell.
And again,
Are y'all serious?
I'm
Is
not
this, like,
joking.
actually
this is not a joke.
okay?
I guess it would be just easier to breed it then, right? With
I mean-
Snorlax and Ditto?
But you can't even do that without the Lax incense.
Oh.
Because it's a baby Pokemon. And you can't just get the baby Pokemon without effort, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Also, there's also one of my favorite aspects in the Sun and Moon games. If you want to involve Inkay into Malamar, you need to level up to a certain point and hold your 3DS upside down while doing so.
Oh, that I knew.
Okay. Well, some
And
people
there's
might
like,
not.
there was like what was it? Like the dolphin that had to like do something, but it had to have like someone watch it so it could turn into a superhero.
That's Palafin. That's not an evolution, that's its ability, where if you throw it into battle, it's in its zero form, and then you switch it out and then send it back out, it turns into its hero form, where it has better stats. And
Got
its
it.
ability is called Zero to Hero. That's a Gen 9 Pokemon.
I actually started implementing Palafin into my champions team. So far, I am 3-1 in singles with it. Funny enough, all
That's pretty
my wins have come through not having to send up Palafin a second time.
the thing. It's like, because base form, zero form Palafin, it's not like it's completely useless. It's just worse, is all it is.
Yeah, I would argue it can do a little bit of chip damage. What I do, Sam, is I equip it with a Choice Scarf, which doubles its speed, but locks it into the first move you give it. I just use Flip Turn, and then save it for last. And then I save it for last for like whatever Pokemon, final Pokemon my opponent has, and then I just have like a very diverse move pool.
Okay, real quick question. Are we nearing the next incentive?
No, we are. I'd say we still got another like 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, just needed to check in super quick about that.
No, you're absolutely good. Thank you for trying to keep us on track to make sure I also don't forget.
Yeah, Laura, do you know about Runerigus and how to evolve it into Runerigus?
It's not. I'm not remembering the name off the top of my head.
It evolves from Galarian Yamask. It's you have to. This is not a joke. This is 100% real. You have to stand under a specific arch in the overworld after you take exactly at least 49 damage in a battle.
Huh?
Again, this is not a joke. This is a real evolution requirement.
Which Pokemon?
How are you supposed to find these out?
You don't. You look it up,
That's
probably.
the neat part. You don't.
That was for Galarian's Yamask to evolve into Runerigus.
Oh, Runerigus. Okay.
Because, I mean, I feel like back in the days of, like, Gen 3 and 4, you would buy the strategy guide, and that's how you find out. Nowadays, you just look it up online.
Yeah.
We're evolving Milcery into Alchemy, where you just spin around in a circle a whole bunch, and then it evolves while it's holding a special item.
It's visually like a magical girl transformation.
Kind of, honestly.
Yeah.
Or Galarian Farfetch'd evolving into Surfetch'd, where you have to get, I think it's 2 crits in the same battle.
No, 3.
And then it'll... Oh, is it 3? Sorry. But yeah, you have to get 3 crits in the same battle, and then it'll evolve. Gen 8 had some interesting stuff.
RNG the Pokemon, got it.
Yes. Although you
Which
can...
one?
It does have a Pokemon-specific item that raises its critical hit rate. I forget if it's by 1 stage or 2, and then if you just combine that with like Focus Energy, you can get to +3 and have it be guaranteed if you wanted to. Then you just have to find a battle where you could use 3 crits and have it not KO the Pokemon.
I mean, presumably you could just do it in a trainer battle where, you know, they have 3 Pokemon.
That's the easy way of doing it, but if you don't plan ahead...
All right, Poison Steel. Do we have a Poison Steel type?
Naganadel, right?
No, that's Poison Dragon.
Okay. Poison Steel. I want to say yes. I can't remember.
I want to say that might be one of the ones that doesn't exist yet, but I'm not positive about that. Because I could easily just be forgetting something. Because there's a lot of Pokemon.
There are a lot of Pokemon.
I am being informed that Varoom and Reveroom.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I forgot. I did, in fact, forget about them.
I forgot it. I knew it was Steel. I forgot it was Poison.
Although I did find out, I do think the hidden ability on Varoom is absolutely hilarious.
What is it?
Do you know how Regigigas has Slow Start?
No.
Where? So Regigigas has used to have a signature ability. It's not signature anymore. Where for the first 5 turns of battle, it has halved attack and halved speed, kind of as a nerf. And so they gave the Pokemon that is based on a vehicle a hidden ability called Slow Start. And that's Varoom's hidden ability. It's literally just, it's basically a meme, and it's really funny.
Okay, but a lot of things in Pokemon is literally just people trying to be funny.
They succeeded.
The early like type advantages were kind of fun to like figure out.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Gen 1 as a whole is a meme with how they were programmed.
I forgot this one. Okay, this one was an instance of fast travel where like if by accidentally saying no, I can still get the fast travel. Which, oh boy. Actually, no, this one would have been the least punishing out of all the fast travel options to miss.
Now it's a challenge. I do genuinely want to try to figure out if I can guess one that isn't a thing. Ice Bug?
Frostmoth.
Yeah.
Gen 8.
You know, I didn't know about Frostmoth, but hearing the name, it's like, oh, yeah, no,
Snom is a very popular Pokemon for a reason, and it's because he's adorable.
I love Snom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I forgot to do some shopping. Hold on, I gotta do some shopping. We are dangerously low on some items. That's fine. I can always fast travel back to the same place now that we actually went to the Pokemon Center.
I feel like this is the easy one, and there has to be one already because why wouldn't there be? But Flying Ground?
Landorus. That one even has a legendary.
Oh.
Because Landorus is one of the 3 genies from Gen 5. And if you're a competitive Pokemon player, you don't like Landorus, probably.
Nope. Nope. I have my own stories with Landorus. I have too many of them.
Ghost Normal.
Hisuian Zoroark. Very good redesign, Hisuian Zoroark. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's really good.
They made it Ghost Normal.
Oh, I just looked up a picture of it. I love it. That is gorgeous. Also, as a Kitsune VTuber, yes, on theme, thank you.
Wait, why did it get me to this run? What? I could have sworn I picked. This run is just being funny. That's all I'll say is really funny. This one, okay, now comes the, weirdly enough, the last rival fight of the game. Of the run, I should say. In the original games, this fight was optional. What Brendan would do is he would just straight up block you from entering the Lily Cove department store, which is basically the one giant mall that every single Pokemon game has. You just wouldn't be able to access it until you beat him. In the remake, it's straight up. It's straight up just a obligatory fight, and this was really annoying because welcome back, Swellow. I definitely need to get more speed. Oh, cool, double team. All right, who wants to? All right, time to flip that coin. Ooh, this will be in. What? Oh, wow. +2 evasiveness, and I still got the hit in. That's actually not easy. Oh yeah, we basically just won because we are going to be faster than the Sceptile. But yeah. We are fine. We're fine. Oh, and we paralyzed the Sceptile too.
That's extra funny knowing it's Mega Evolution. Because Mega Sceptile has Lightning Rod.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Lesser Purge. How much? Oh, we're gonna be fine. Water Sport just doing a measly like 3 damage. All right, we are, because we healed our Pokemon Center, I don't have to worry about how many Surf and Dragon Breaths I have left, so I am completely fine to just keep on going. I am going to take a... I do need to heal, because there are still some really annoying Pokemon, namely Mightyena, for the rest of the run. But... thankfully, we are going to... Now we're going to go up against a... dealing with a dungeon. The whole story of the... We've kind of just been glossing over, because... this is still Gen 3. This is still a Gen 3 story. It's not as fleshed out as like later generations. However, basically the story of this game is in Omega Ruby, Team Magma wants to basically expand the landmass and dry out the region out of all the water. That's basically it.
Yeah, which is not ocean compliant, which is why we're trying to stop them.
True. See, this whole thing would not work if I'd be running Alpha Sapphire. I'm just saying. Now I am hoping I forgot to heal. That hopefully isn't a problem. Okay, it's not a problem. We are basically good for the rest of the rest of this dungeon. And just really just a bunch of warp tile. There is one puzzle, however. Oh, whoops. There is one puzzle in here that I wouldn't say I necessarily need silence, but I will definitely be silent for. Although the puzzle is really simple. It's just essentially go to the rightmost possible option you have upon landing onto the next room. And there we go. All right. We now enter the room where we can get the Master Ball. And unlike the original, where we only had 4 directions to move, we have 8 directions, meaning we don't have to fight any of the Electrode that we normally would encounter if this was the original. Also, Shadows did this dungeon track is so good. It's one of my favorite new music. Or well, it's not a new track; it's a remix of the original, but it's so good. This remix.
Yeah, no, the music in ORAS as a whole is just very, very good. I like pretty much every remix that they have in these games, and some of the songs got such a massive glow up as well.
It's a shame we don't get to do the Delta episode, because that has some of the best music in the entire franchise, in my opinion.
We do at least get the leader battle themes.
True.
That is one of my favorite pieces of music in these games.
All right, now we are going to go through our one and only 5 versus 1 fight, and it is really funny. Now you would think to yourself, oh wow, 5 versus 1, it's gonna be, those are gonna be some incredible odds to have to go up against. I mean, even with Latios. Oh wait, it's 5 level 18 Puchienas. And because there's so many Pokemon on the screen, my 3DS actually has to take time to process what it is that's about to go down.
I like they just fall like dominoes.
I know, right? It's funny. I didn't
Just
even.
one after the other.
I never noticed it until like a month ago that they all fell down like dominoes.
Yeah.
By the way, do you notice the submarine? It's shaped like a Camerupt.
I don't think you should put those in water.
I was about to
No.
say.
No, and you know what the funny thing is? It's like Why? Why did they paint it that way? Why did they waste resources and time painting it that way? It's a submarine. No one's gonna see it because it's a submarine.
It's like the least discreet design.
I mean, I feel like it's the same kind of ballpark as a Seto Kaiba having a Blue Eyes White Dragon airplane that he flies around in.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, but
Kaiba likes to make himself known everywhere.
Okay, but to be fair, people are going to see the Blue Eyes White Jet, and as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted one too. But technically, we can all have a Blue Eyes White Jet because that's now an actual Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I would like, however, if it's okay, now that we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and people's childhoods, I do want to remind you we are raising money for Little Warriors. If you'd like to know more about Little Warriors, type !info in chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching. It is a pleasure having all of you viewers in chat. But again, we are trying to raise money for Little Warriors. So if you have something you can spare, this is a pretty good direction to put it in.
Right, now comes the part where everybody jokes about 7.8 out of 10, too much water.
That was actually the rating they got from the OSHA board.
I don't know why in my mind I didn't actually say it but in my mind I did the padoom. All right. Now,
honestly, that's the appropriate reaction, is thinking it but not actually making any verbal acknowledgement.
All right, we're on to gym number 7. This is our one and only. You're gonna turn to the right any second now. Oh no? Okay. Our one and only gym fight that is going to the left. That is. Wow. That is a double battle. Oh my goodness. Is it too late to say, hey, English is not my first language? Oh, this will be interesting.
You're just too busy thinking about trans lefts.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I am actually thinking about it because Latios actually has too high of a special attack stat. Are you not gonna? Oh, okay. You don't move. I remember. This is a very tricky puzzle, but thankfully I've done this enough times to know that we are completely fine. Oh, you're gonna look up. No? Okay, thanks for proving me wrong. So this is gonna sound weird. We need to knock out Marshtomp. I cannot stress the importance of it. If not, we are going to have to take a potential fight where we have to purposefully knock out Marshtomp. Because if we don't, I want to make sure Marshtomp is okay. Because if we don't, we are basically dealt with 2 double battles on the final dungeon that at worst can lose us about a couple of minutes, or at best can lose us a couple of minutes. At worst, ends the run. Or rather, loses like 10 minutes almost. Maybe it's not that drastic, but it loses a lot of time. Because the way it works, the way regular trainer double battle works, if you have only one unknocked Pokemon in the party, you actually don't do the fight. You actually just don't. So we are going to try to make sure that that is what happens. Also, shoutouts to the remakes actually just going with Soul Rock and Lunatone as opposed to the Gauntlet that is the Emerald team.
You don't want to fight a Xatu and a Claydol as well?
No, shoutouts to the I think it was, I forgot the name, but someone in the, actually I want to use X Speed. I'm going to use X Speed because I don't want to buff up the special attack quite yet. Okay, this is great. Okay, that was the best case scenario that could have happened. Okay. By the way, I never actually acknowledged it. We have cast form in the party after we saved the Weather Institute when we first got Latios. He's been chilling. She's been chilling in the party this entire time.
We just randomly caught another Pokemon and no one told us.
Technically, we didn't catch her. We were given cast form. But
You get out of the Weather Institute.
But potato, tomato. And that is badge number 7.
Today I learned cast form as a hitchhiker.
All right. We have, just to kind of give an idea, we are maybe about 19 minutes away from needing to know Groudon's name.
Noted. We will keep an eye out for that. So, folks, if you want to help name Groudon, this is your chance. Get those last minute donations in.
Yeah, and by the way, we have a cut. This is a somewhat lengthy cutscene. Actually, these last like 20-ish minutes is very cutscene heavy. So actually, now's a great time if to find out at the very least what are the options in play for Groudon.
I will get that to you in just 1 second.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, basically the whole story about what's happening now in the story is Team Magma is actually really close to expanding the landmass and making sure that there is no water. And Steve is basically telling us, hey, I'm going to give you the ability to dive underwater. Yeah, you can take care of it.
So our choices right now, in third place, we have Steve with $4. If you want to be a little bit more traditional, at $30, we have Kyogre. And if you want to go all the way to first place, the current winner by only $2.80, Hyunishan. So there is still wiggle room. You can name the Groudon Kyogre, which, that's only going to be a little confusing. But hey, that's what we're here for. You can go ahead and make it confusing for us. But if you want something different, it's definitely achievable. Donation can definitely change it to just about anything. And kind of in the spirit of that, we did get $7.80 from Regali, who says, too much water.
Well, unfortunately, we're about to be entirely underwater, so... Sorry. We are trying to be OSHA compliant.
These are one of the games that have the dive HM.
Oh, Shadows of the Black and White 2 games where there was an entire dungeon underwater, but you can only explore it in certain you get to go in the dungeon, and you have like a set amount of like steps or time before the dungeon literally kicks you out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was that the Relic Castle? Was Relic Castle something else?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember if the Relic Castle was the name of that dungeon or was the name of Gets's like hiding spot or like dungeon or whatever in Black and White 1. I don't remember.
In Black and White 1, it was N's castle.
Right, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. It took me a second to remember that. I have not played Gen 5 in a hot minute.
Neither.
Likewise.
It's
And
been
by-
a while for me too. I've never
By
played
hot
Black
minute,
and
I
White.
mean 15 years.
Yeah.
It's been, I want to say, let's see, I'm 31. It's been about 12 years for me.
Gen 5 was black and white.
Yes.
Black and White and Black and White
Yes.
2.
Yeah. All I remember is I think it was Black and White 2 that had like the first parents in all of Pokemon to go, no, you're too young to go Pokemon training. Go to your room and study.
Yeah, I think that was Bianca's dad. Ooh, that did that much? Oh my. I was for sure I was gonna be like, okay, that's gotta be crit number 15. Which that reminds me, the crits have slowed down significantly after that first hour.
They really
we were
have.
getting crits left and right.
Now we're only getting them left.
I mean, look at our Latios.
Exactly. It was clearly this is manipulating the crit RNG.
All right, Gen 6 Pokemon speedrunners, hold. We just discovered crit manipulation.
Just name your Latios Pokemon lefts. The end.
Trends lefts for the win.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to. I need to save, and I need to heal. This fight can be actually no. This fight is incredibly funny. We on our last shopping trip we bought something called the guard spec. What the guard spec does is it puts us for 5 turns in a state where we cannot have our stats lowered. Yeah, that messes with the AI real funny, because all it's gonna do is try to lower our stats, and the game just telling the AI, no, you can't.
What if it works this time? Or this time?
I mean,
Until the end of the fight.
with some of the stuff that's happened in this run, I honestly at this point I won't even question it.
So just to confirm, we are starting to near the point where we need to call the name for Groudon, correct?
Yes, I would say we're about maybe 12-ish minutes away.
Get those donations in. You heard it. We're almost there. Time to snipe.
By the way, have you noticed? The foes, Mighty Anna has used Scary Face. It can't.
But that face is adorable.
Yeah, that's why it failed. It's not scary at all. By the way, remember a while back, about 2 hours ago, when I said, take a look at Maxi's glasses. There was something to the side of his glasses. And I was like, keep that in mind. Keep that, store that in your memory banks for about 2 hours.
You know, those glasses look like they would, the thing on the side looked like they would look really nice on a bracelet.
That's right. I forgot. And they don't actually show him. So basically, what it shows, he touches the side of his glasses to mega evolve. That doesn't surprise. He mega evolves. Mega Camera did nothing.
Yeah, that was a little underwhelming.
Don't you love a 2-hour hype up that was incredibly anticlimactic?
That you almost forgot about.
No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't forget anything.
See, this run is hype. The cause is hype. The mechanic play out a little less so. Like, I expected better from you, being like the big fancy final boss.
I mean, hey, I would say it's hype one-shotting his ace Pokemon after a Mega Evolves, though.
See, that is hype. I will give you that. I just, if you're going to tell me you're the big bad, my expectations are a little higher. But then again, Toro's just rocking this run, so it makes sense.
Speaking of rocks, Groudon is no longer encased in rock. And basically Maxie is like, hey, you're free. You're now under my control. And Groudon's like, no, I'm the one in control. I'm a legendary Pokemon. And he basically, so this goes back to a little while back, I want to say like 20 minutes or so. We were in Mount Pyre, and Maxie got the red orb because, Groudon, red. And he was under the impression that if you have the red orb, you control Groudon. But obviously that's not working out. In the original games, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not incorrect. Maxie doesn't get the red orb, he gets the blue orb. And so when he inevitably fails to control Groudon, it's like, why can't I control the red Pokemon with the blue orb? I'm so glad they actually fixed that in the remakes.
Let's just believe that in the original games they're colorblind. And they just don't know which orb they took.
In the meantime, can I chime in super quick?
Absolutely.
We had $6.70 from Steve, who says, Steve. Thank you so much, Steve. Greatly appreciated. And that does get us a little bit closer. Keep in mind, we don't have terribly much left. If you want to name Groudon Steve, get those donations in.
So while we were still kind of the most obvious cutscene in the center of the century explaining to us, hey, maybe don't mess with the forces of nature. What's the current leaderboard on the names?
One moment. The current leaderboard is $10.70 to Steve, $30 for Kyogre, and $32.80 for Kyoni-chan.
Okay.
So Steve enthusiasts, get that 6-7 train going.
Yeah, you have about 7 minutes left.
About 6 or 7 minutes left.
Did you just?
That one was intentional.
See, I didn't make the joke, but only because I didn't think to make the joke. But if I had thought about the joke, I would absolutely make the joke. By the way, there's a really cool mechanic that in these games. So, it's really bright out here, and if you were to go in a battle while we are in this period of the adventure under the sunlight, you get permanent sun in battle, which actually does impact battles. It makes fire type moves 50% stronger, and it halves water type moves damage output. It also influences certain moves. For example, Solar Beam no longer requires a turn to charge up. You just fire it instantly. The move Morning Sun, I think it's I think it is Morning Sun and Synthesis. They heal you 75% as opposed to the standard 50%.
Then Growth also raises your special attack by 2 stages in the sun instead of 1.
I forgot about that one. Yes.
And then there's also Weather Ball.
Oh yeah, Weather Ball. Yeah, Weather Ball is normally just like a standard normal type special move, but its secondary effect is that it changes typing based on the weather. So Weather Ball under this sunlight becomes a fire type move. Under rain, Under rain, it becomes water type. In a sandstorm, it becomes ground type. I think it's either ground
rock
or
type.
Oh, go to rock type. Okay.
Yeah.
And under hail, it becomes ice type.
And it also doubles in power when it changes type.
Yes, that is. I think it goes from 50 to 100.
Exactly. Which then, if you combine that with the 50% boost from sun or rain, it becomes a very good move, actually.
Can I chime in a little bit more?
Go ahead.
Great, because the donation train is still going. We got another $6.70 from Steve7, who says, Steve7, train for Steve.
Okay, that's actually genuinely clever. That might be what ends up with. I mean, hey, if you feel strongly against Steve, hey, still got about 3 minutes left.
If you really dislike the meme involving the numbers after 5, you could also donate and tell us how much you dislike it.
Well, someone donated some very strong opinions. We had another $6.70 from Steve, who says, Steve. And they asked me specifically to pronounce it how a Pokemon would say their name for every word. So thank you so much, Steve. Let's keep the Steve train going. This is the highlight of my night. This is so silly and I love it.
Now, I'm a little bit rusty in my Stevian, but I think that donation comment roughly translate to thank you so much for supporting Little Warriors.
I do believe you are correct. I believe it was talking about how amazing Little Warriors is and how every single one of these dollars is going to a fantastic cause and bringing their childhood back to these children. So thank you on behalf of their families. Thank you on behalf of the children who we are helping. And thank you on behalf of the staff.
Also, if you put some sugar in your coffee tomorrow morning, be sure to use stevia.
Sam, why? Why are you doing this to me, Sam? I trusted you.
We're not doing anything. It's Steve.
True, let's blame Steve. And since we're blaming Steve, how about we hear more from Steve? Let's get more Steve donations in.
Steve.
I am unironically excited for more Steve donations.
Tell us your favorite Smash character, why it's Steve.
Personally, as someone who's a big fan of Final Fantasy, my favorite numbered entry in the franchise is Final Fantasy Steve.
Oh my goodness.
Is there a Final Fantasy character named Steve? I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't know the franchise well enough.
I'm gonna assume if ever there was a game that would have that, it would probably be, I think it was like Final Fantasy Legends, the one that like they made it specifically for North America. That was like for the Game Boy.
Yep, I know exactly the one you're talking about, and you know who else knows about that game? It's the donor of these $6.70, none other than Evitz, also known as Steve Backwards, who says 6-7. So thank you so much, Evitz. I don't know how we ended up here, but please keep the Steves going.
You have about a minute left.
Can we do it, chat? Can we get to the point where Steve is the come from behind winner?
At this rate, when I do my run later, I'll be running Typo Man Steveized.
Oh my goodness. And we got $6.70 from Stevia. Who doesn't say anything. They just wanted you to know they're donating $6.70. Thank you, Stevia. Oh my goodness. This is great.
You know, I'm so glad that I have a watch because I can look at this very condescendingly because this cutscene takes an eternity. Wrap it up, buddy. Come on.
All right, and just to keep updating folks, Kyogre is currently at $36, Kioni-chan is at $32.80, and Steve is at $24.10.
All right, we are.
And the donation for Stevia did in fact go to naming Groudon Stevia.
All right, now remember when I said we are not going to make an effort to catch any Pokemon in this run?
Maybe not, but we do have efforts from Sick Steven, who sent in $15 and says Steve. And then we had $6.70 from the Xenomorph, who says Steve.
All right, now we need. All right, now we need the name.
In space, no one
Okay.
can hear you, Steve.
Oh my goodness. For the record, the long E was actually on the second E, but I can't pronounce that properly at this point. The name is... Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
I'm going. I see it here, but I need confirmation from production super quick. Is it closed, and is the number I'm seeing here at the top officially it? Yes? No? Maybe? I'm going to go ahead, and in the meantime, I'll confirm this in just a second. But the winner at $36.80 is Steve. Steve did in fact win confirmed.
Is there a special?
We did it.
Capital F?
Just,
Is there a special
it is
formatting?
yes, it is. It is capital S. Steve. Nope. Lowercase t. I'm messing with you, Toro. It's just
Okay.
regular Steve.
Okay. Wait, no. All right, back to Slaveport. We're renaming him.
Steve Port.
Hold on, we can rename him. We just have to make a quick stop to Slaveport City again.
No, I think we roll with Steve Wa. Steve Wa is the winner.
Oh no, this is Dag, if you're watching this is good enough all over again.
Steve Wa.
You gotta include the dub in Steve itself.
Okay, Alara. Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Highway to Help 2026, March 2nd, 2026. I think it's March 2nd or March 1st.
It was March 1st, I think.
We get to this point in the run, and the winner of the name for Groudon was good enough. I accidentally misspelled Groudon, and I misspelled good enough. Not Goodenoughh. I spelled it Goodenoughf.
So what I'm hearing is Groudon's just permanently getting misspelled.
It was good enough.
Good enough. Good enough Groudon, but is now Steve Bua.
Listen, so many people in this world are named Michael. No one calls them Michael. They call them Mike. Let's just pretend this is a nickname.
Yeah, we don't call them Steve, and we call them Steve.
No, it's Steve Wa.
What is now?
All right, with your donations, tell us how to pronounce Steve with a W.
Oh my goodness.
I
Chat,
cannot
thank you
stress
for
it.
giving us this moment. Your donations to Steve, who has now transitioned to be with the trans rights and the trans lefts to be Steve Wa, have brought us this magical moment.
I'm not joking when I say in terms of vibes. This is my all-time favorite marathon run. And the people who know me know I do a lot of marathon runs. This is my favorite marathon run of all time.
Immaculate, immaculate.
Just on the vibes and the entertainment factor. I love Pokemon speedrunning. It just never ceases to amaze me.
And it just inherently causes chaos every time you do a run. Anybody does a run of Pokemon.
That is the magic of it. You get 15 criticals in the first hour. You accidentally misspell Steve, the easiest name in the world. One of the most common names in the English language.
I'm sorry, but we use people's preferred names here, and I believe you mean Stevw.
You're right. You're so right. You are so right.
We
Anyway,
do
let's
not
check out
accept misnaming people on Prevent-A-Thon.
You're so right. Oh, let's check out in a second Stevw's stats. So same as Translef's, Stevw is a legendary Pokemon, meaning that he gets perfect IBs in half of its stats. Ideally, what I am looking for is perfect attack, special attack, and speed, because we're actually going with a mixed attack set. And ideally a pretty high defensive stats as well. Okay, I am going to actually need a little bit of focus time here, because I'm not kidding when I tell you I should have saved. Repel, why? I'm going to save after, once it reach out top. I'm not kidding. If I mess up this ice puzzle without saving, I lose about 2.5 minutes. And it's a very stressful 2.5 minutes. Okay. I messed up the puzzle. That's fine.
You just gotta make sure you don't crack under the pressure.
That made me laugh harder than that joke had any right doing.
I mean, if any of my jokes make anybody laugh, that's already harder than they have any right of causing.
There we go. That's what I needed to do. Okay, fine. Finally. Okay, let's look at this Groudon. So I want to first teach you Sword Stance, which raises your attack stat by 2 stages, so no more X attacks for the rest of the run. Sword Stance over Lava Plume. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting nature. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Plus attack is great. Minus defense is arguably the worst stat to have lowered nature than. I'm going to take a quick look. Okay, look like speed and special defense are perfect. Attack stat is relatively high, and I'm going to teach Overheat, which is what we got at Flannery about 90 minutes ago, 95 minutes ago. And let's see. And we have Overheat over Precipice Blades. Okay.
Ollie Dumaff, can I chime in with something?
Go ahead.
Great. So we do have a new incentive opened up. We are continuing the bid war love. We are going to have the run of Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar coming up soon, and we have an incentive for Name the Stranger, which means, we have another chance to name a character Steve, or, if we want to use the current name, Stevw. So get those donations in, and we can keep the Stevw train going.
Well, I just want to say, I purposely misspelled this Stevw's name. I'm just saying, this was all on purpose. This was all by design.
Truly a master of the comedic arts. Effortless on your part.
Unintentional comedy, but it's still comedy nonetheless. Okay, so, this fight is kind of a joke. Literally, the only thing that we are wondering is the starting speed, which it's high enough, and we did not get confused. That's actually perfect. Okay, we basically just won, and we get to keep the hold item, which is a person berry. Person berry automatically heals confusion, and we have enough to last us the rest of the run, but I don't want to waste away person berries if I can help it. They will be vital for, I don't know what the word is. I know that there's final and then there's penultimate. Hey, there's another critical. That's number 16. Penultimate and the anti-penultimate. What comes after anti-penultimate? I actually don't know.
Technically, after it is just penultimate. You're looking for before.
Oh.
That's why I'm here. Puns and pedantry.
Sam. I can't look at you because you are just a person on my screen. But I am judging you.
I mean, hey, if it took 3 hours for you to start judging me, I'd say that's impressive for my standards.
All right, we finally got the final HM, and that will let us actually get to the final dungeon of the game, Victory Road, which is really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. So with Waterfall, actually comes a very interesting little trivia. So the way this game, in the original, I should say, I should be specific. With the way the original games were designed, you don't have they tell you need all 8 badges to challenge the Elite Four. In the original games, you actually only needed badge number 5. Because of the way the game is designed, you cannot... No, I'm sorry, but not 5. Badge 6. You only actually need to have badge 6 in your inventory in order to actually challenge the Elite Four. Because of the way the game is designed, fly is technically very unnecessary. You just need to accept a lot of backtracking if you don't end up using fly. You need dive to get to the seafloor cavern to be able to activate the whole Groudon quest. You need waterfall in order to actually be able to surf up this waterfall. You need surf to actually... Oh wait, no, not to translate to Bufo Bufo. You need to learn waterfall. Oh wait, no, it is translate. Yep. Wow. Can you tell it is almost 1 a.m. over here? It is almost 1 a.m. over here. But yes, you need waterfall to surf up, so obviously you need the gym badge for that. You need rock smash and strength to go through a lot of the puzzles. Cut is unnecessary. So is flash, but they're but the long and short of it is the game artificially puts challenges and puts obstacles that require you to have all 7 badges naturally. So the game just thinks, listen, we're not even gonna bother looking for all the different badges. We just want to make sure you have the 6th one. Actually, I can still PC heal from here. I have to just really be careful to make sure Marsh Stomp isn't healed.
Announcement time?
I'm sorry?
Announcement time?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Great, because you know how I just mentioned we have a incentive to name the stranger in Ultima 4. We have a second incentive opening for the same game. Again, Ultima 4, Quest for the Avatar. We can pick the stranger's gender. So, if you want to have a say in the gender of the stranger, hey, right now it's just recently opened. You can, for a few dollars, name both. You can both name the character and pick their gender. So, I'd say it's a good value.
Also, Tori, to answer your question about what comes before anti-penultimate, according to chat, it is pre-anti-penultimate, and before that is pre-anti-penultimate.
Okay. So I need the person berry for the pre-anti-penultimate and the pre-anti-penultimate fights of the game. And I believe I still have it, so... Oh, well, now I don't have it, because Frostlass used Confuse... Okay, that's, I think that's... Wait, was that 20? Yeah, that's 20... That is now 20... critical hits, alright. And we still have... 9 fights left in the run? Yeah, we have about 9 fights left in the run. So, we're in the end game. This is the final dungeon of the game, and after we clear it, it's literally just 5 bosses and we're done. By the way, this dungeon is like pretty dark, and it's meant to basically have you use the HM flash to like lit up the cave, but because everything is like there's only just enough light, even in like the quote-unquote complete darkness, you don't need flash at all.
Yeah, and this is not like the old Pokemon games where everything is actually pitch black. And even then, when the games were completely pitch black, you could still just navigate it by knowing where to go.
That's what I did.
Like me. Oh no, it was a complete guesswork. The only nowadays, the only place I feel confident exploring without the need for flash is Granite Cave. Ironically, the place you get flash to begin with. That I have to thank Pokemon randomizers for that.
Now here, I have a question for potentially also chat. What's your least favorite HM?
I gotta feel like the answer has to be Flash.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
a
we Flash
defog.
Oh,
I dislike her.
Defog. Wait, Defog had some actual decent uses in battle, right?
Well, not. I don't think it did back then. Now it clears hazards, I think. I don't know if it did that in Gen 4 though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It got buffed. I think like in Gen 6, I think.
Yeah. But back in Gen 4, it was literally, oh yeah, go to the route that we actively, intentionally made terrible just so you have to use this HM.
The problem is I dislike Flash, but for a different reason. It's because the moment you realize you need Flash, it's because it is portending the arrival of Zubats.
Yeah.
Guilty by association.
Yeah.
That's fair. Actually, I'm going to extend that question even more. By the way, if Marshtomp was not knocked out, we would have been facing that double battle right now. And that is a virtually unwinnable fight. Even with Groudon, it's actually almost unwinnable. Or rather, it's an extremely difficult fight.
Is that the skill swap slacking fight, or is that a different one?
I think it's a different one, if I remember correctly. I think with that one, it was just, they just had a bunch of Pokemon that like, just were really tanky and just resisted a lot of what Groudon could dish out. And also, you know, the fact that March Stomp is like level 31. So yeah, probably not a great second partner to have against a team of level mid to high 40s Pokemon. But yeah, I'm gonna... I was worried that was gonna happen. That's...
Yeah, earlier when you said there was only 9 battles left, I was thinking to myself, like, is it actually 9? Are we gonna get an extra one?
You know...
I didn't say anything, so you can't blame me.
You know, it's one of those, you didn't say it, but you were thinking it. I want to say Earthquake should do enough. Oh, I'm faster. Okay, it doesn't do enough. Okay, okay, cool. Nothing happened. We're cool. We're cool. Okay, but yeah. I'm gonna go beyond the question of what's your least favorite HM? What's your least favorite, like, quote unquote, power up or like platforming or exploration power up? Because I have a very, very strong answer. In Crash the Wrath of Cortex, you get a special power up that lets you tiptoe across nitro boxes, and it's only useful in one portion of one level in the entire game, and that's it. You don't need it ever again.
That is a much more widespread question that I would not be able to give you an answer right away.
That's not what I wanted. An Earthquake. That's fine. I have 2 elixirs. I can tank the rest of the... Oh, wait, did I give Groudon a Prison Berry? I did not. Okay.
If we do have a lot of questions, I know someone who can provide answers, because Little Warriors has gathered trusted information, guides, and supports to help families, survivors of all ages, and caregivers. These resources are organized by topics so you can quickly find what you need. You can find these resources at littlewarriors.ca/information and resources, or by typing !resources in chat.
By the way, our boy Wally is all grown up, and he's got a full team. And this is this one's this battle. The pace of this battle is going to be dictated by what this Altaria does in the first 2 turns. Okay, cool. You did not do Common Guard. That's great. Okay, that means this battle's going to go by real quick. But shout out to this music also. This is one of my favorite tracks in the entire game. It's so good.
Again, no, I am very glad they gave Wally his own unique theme, because they made it a banger.
Yeah, I'm glad they recognized, hey, number 21. That was another critical. I'm glad that they recognize, hey, Wally's the true rival of this adventure, not Brendan. Like, the final story fight with Brendan outside of a mall. Meanwhile, Wally, no, that's your true rival. Like, your final stuff before fighting the Elite Four. By the way, cool showing off Mega Gallade. Got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2 dual disc fit, and we say bye to Mega Gallade.
Such a cool design.
And it's also kind of funny how now, after Gallade got buffed in Gen 9, Mega Gallade is not as good. It's not bad, but it's not as good compared to regular Gallade as it used to be. Because in Gen 9, Gallade got the ability Sharpness, which just gives it a 50% boost on like half of its moves.
Shoutouts also to champions actually now properly explaining to us which moves actually get buffed by Sharpness.
Yeah, by that, Mega Launcher, Iron Fist, all those kinds of abilities. Also, like 3 hours ago when you mentioned Ralts and like using Gardevoir, I was just thinking to myself, it's like, but why are you mentioning Gardevoir? Wally uses Gallade now.
Well, yeah, well, in the original games, that's not the case. That wasn't the case. Wally had had just regular Gardevoir.
Yeah, but now we're in a post-Gen 4 world, so he gets the cooler one.
True. These first two fights in Elite Four, I cannot stress how stressed I am.
I mean, we had to learn new words just to describe these fights. That's how stressed you are.
So basically, this is the final. We are in the end game of the end game. It's just 5 fights left. No ifs, ands, or buts. Starting with Sydney, who is the Dark type Elite Four member, which is the first in the franchise. No, it's not. It's the second in the franchise. I think Karen was the.
Yeah, Karen was the first with the introduction of the type.
Right. This will okay. Basically, I will reset depending on how the first two Pokemon go. If the first two Pokemon go fine, then we are in the clear. If they don't, oh, you're gonna see me reset. You're gonna see me reset. Starting out with Mighty Yenna. We've seen Mighty Yenna plenty of times. It has Intimidate, lowers your attack stage by 1. Name of the game. In this case, because we have Person Berry, we want Mighty Yenna to swagger us. We want that to happen. So that we can get a free +2 to our attack stat. So I'm gonna need you to play ball, Mighty Yenna. Thank you. Okay. First part is done. Now comes the hard part. I'm going to go with X speed to boost up. Okay. In fact, no, I should be fine. That should be enough. So I'm going to. No. Yeah. Unfortunate. I was banking on just 1 X speed. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, Laura, if there's something you want to vamp and talk about, you get a free minute.
You know, I do in fact have something I want to talk about. First off, I want to say thank you to Chaffee, who donated $5 and has a very important message that says, I will not let Stevw die. And they have officially began the war for what we will be naming the Stranger in Ultima 4. So, the first donation has begun for Stevw. Can we cement Stevw's lead? Or is Stevw going to be challenged by Steve or something else?
It really is amazing how... If I had a nickel for every marathon run that I have done this game and had the opportunity to name Groudon, and I would get it wrong twice, each time I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But do I need to go back to school to learn how to spell?
No, but you'd also have 2 more nickels to donate to Little Warriors, which is a fantastic cause, and the people we are raising money for. If you are wondering who Little Warriors is, they are a national charitable organization dedicated to changing the trajectory of child sexual abuse through education, advocacy, treatment, and prevention. So remember, all of your donations go straight to Little Warriors, a outstanding cause. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Because of all that extra setup that I did to eliminate math out of the equation. I'm tired of Pokemon numbers.
How's it an equation without any math?
We earthquake it.
Clearly, that's what math has been missing all this time, are earthquakes.
It's an earthquation.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh,
What if
I knew this. I knew that character was going to use Spiky Shield. Anyways, overheat. Go ahead, Alara.
Now, Sam, remind me to tell you later about how I specialized in college in a form of mathematics that doesn't have numbers.
I mean, I took discrete mathematics. That's close enough for
There
that
you
as
go.
well.
Yeah, there you go. You know discrete mathematics. We're good.
Discrete
took,
math.
I took
Yeah.
one class of discrete math, and that was enough.
I'm sorry, what?
I can teach you some other time, Toro.
Well,
But there is a form of math with no numbers.
Have you ever written a proof before, Toro?
What? I feel like I'm thinking of the way I'm thinking of the word proof and the way you all are talking about the word proof are separate.
Well,
No, same concept.
I mean, did you ever have to use a proof in like middle school to like prove how a triangle works or anything like that in geometry class?
I don't even remember the calculations I did for slacking 2 hours ago. You expect me to go back almost over half my life.
I mean, hey, let's be real here. If that stuff sticks with you, not because you want it to, but because of other reasons.
Fair. Actually, wait. I'm not going for the prison berry. We're actually gonna do something. That it depends on who you ask. In terms of this strat, but basically, we are going to be. Okay, the term is not mega evolving with what we're doing with Kyogre, but it's essentially mega evolving. It's called primal reversion, which is a fancy way of saying automatic mega evolution if you're holding the item. Mega Groudon, aside from having an extremely long animation, even longer than regular mega evolution, essentially gets turned into an unstoppable beast. Unless this first move misses, otherwise I might as well reset. I'm not even kidding. Because otherwise, Sableye will take care of us.
Sableye, my darling.
Okay, Overheat, you are 85% accurate. I have lost a PB by hitting that 15% miss chance. Please, let's not do this. It's 1:12 a.m. Eastern.
You have to believe in Stevw. Stevw will carry you to victory.
Hey! We're resetting. No! Someone remind me in chat what the accuracy number on Overheat is?
It's 0% because you missed.
Fine, you get that one.
Like I said earlier, it's either 50-50. Either it hits or it doesn't.
Hey, Laura, remember when I said we treat 90% accurate moves as if it was a coin flip and 70% accurate moves as if they should be automatic? Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I play a lot of Fire Emblem casually. I understand that sometimes numbers lie.
That reminds me to get to finish my playthrough of Fates. Before I get into 3 houses, which has been sitting in my... Oh, wait, no, I don't have 3 houses. I have Engage. I think that's the name of the last Switch Fire Emblem game.
Controversial take. Engage was fun.
I have actually heard that it's fun. Come on, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We won the fight. I'm not even kidding. Just that overheat. Okay, Sableye. Okay, you get one free hit. I'm sorry, Alara.
No, not the boy.
Had to do it.
Not the boy.
All right, I need to pay... Oh, that's another one? That's 22? I need to pay very close attention to how many... I'm going to use Source Dance because, believe it or not, it will actually... That Dusknoir will actually survive the Earthquake at base damage. Okay, we are at level 50. That is cool. All right, we only have 2 more fights left, and if I remember correctly, okay, I think I have... Okay, no, I have enough Earthquakes. Actually, I'm probably only going to use Earthquake, like, 1 time, I want to say? But yeah, can you guess what type the next fight is going to be?
Thinking grass.
Sorry, the answer we were looking for was psychic.
Darn, they got me again. Yeah, this was back in the day where there just wasn't enough Pokemon of certain types in these games that they just gave them 5 of, like, 2 Pokemon.
And strangely enough, they gave Wally Gallade. They changed up the team. But they didn't bother doing it for this? For the Elite Four? Come on.
I mean, they even gave Dusknoir to Phoebe back there.
Actually, wait, no. Actually, it's actually even more insulting. They actually do change they actually do change this this team. Glacia does get Frostlass twice. I'm nearly positive I don't have enough. I don't have enough speed. I'm like barely outside of the speed number that I was looking for.
Also, I forgot this was the best part of Primal Groudon having Super Sun, is they just can't use Hail.
Oh yeah, the super, yeah. So Groudon's ability, Primal Groudon, I should say. It is how Sam described it. Is Super Sun. The sun's so intense, other weather cannot enter the field for the duration of the fight.
And on top of that, it makes it so that water-type moves just don't work, but that's less relevant here.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that, yeah, the Groudon no longer has a water weakness. Let's see, what's my speed? Actually, no, I was actually fast enough to not need the X speed. That's fine. It didn't matter. I was actually by 1 point. By 1 point, I over the minimum.
Why does Glalie look so angry?
He's always looked angry. He's always looked like that in all over the franchise. Even in the anime, whenever Glalie smiled in the anime, it was always an angry face. It was always
Glalie looks so angry because they made it bad. They gave it 80 in every stat.
It's literally the primo definition of average. But it's actually below average because Ice type is a terrible monotype. We only got 2 more fights.
And they made Mega Glalie, who's only good at using Explosion and making it an Ice type. It is not useful for anything else.
Nope. Okay, so now we are going to need the Silk Scarf all the way back from Gym 2. Oh wait, before I do, I need to teach it strength.
The rare, useful HM.
In battle.
Wait, what does strength do that makes it good in battle?
It's actually just a naturally, like, it has no, it's just a regular, like, decently sized, decently damage output for a normal type move. It does not get the same type attack bonus because Groudon is not a, normal type. However, the problem is ground type moves are effectively useless in this fight because the entire team is either flying or has the move Levitate, which it makes it immune to flying type moves. Overheat will also basically be worthless in this fight. So what we do instead is we go for Swords Dance a couple of times. We're going to start out with Altaria, and same with the Wally fight. The pace of this fight is going to depend entirely on what Altaria will do. This will be interesting. I have enough speed to not automatically require. Okay, well, it's a Cotton Guard, so I definitely need to. Okay, I'm gonna go for. Okay, once again, I'm taking Map out of the equation entirely, and I'm going to buff up my my. How do you pronounce Stevw?
Stevw, yes, our beloved Stevw.
Yeah, I'm making Stevw indestructible. Well, not indestructible, but unbeatable. And I'm going to basically make it faster than everything and make it able to one-shot everything, starting now.
You could have even used Earthquake for that second hit because you used Smackdown.
Yep.
That's an effect that nobody remembers, probably.
Nobody remembers that effect, but I wanted to save the Earthquake as a just in case. All right, and yeah, we basically just won the fight because we are going to be we're at +6 on our attack set. Basically, our attack set is maxed out. And however, Salamon's Drake's Ace is going to come out in a second, which will lower the from +6 to +5. But at +5, using Smackdown alone is already enough. And I do want to say, because obviously, okay, we are going a little bit over, and so I want to at the very least just start saying my thank yous. I'm going to be honest. The final boss is, once we do the proper setup, kind of cakewalk, kind of anticlimactic. So I'm going to take the opportunity to promo myself or shout myself out, if that is okay, Alara.
Absolutely, please go ahead.
Okay, so as we've kind of alluded to a couple of times throughout this adventure, we are going to Alara and I are going to be at RPG Limited Break in Denver, and I'm going to be running this game. First time I'm ever running this game at an in-person marathon. Should be a lot of fun. Our own Selkoof Mine head Pat person is going to be doing commentaries for that fight and for that run, and I'm super excited for that. And I also stream on. I stream a lot of stuff on Twitch. I stream Spyro, both OG and Reignited. I stream this game. You're gonna see me basically. You're gonna see me basically grind for the next couple of weeks of this game, and then after that, I'm going to be grinding Spyro Reignited Trilogy because, as announced yesterday, I'm going to be running that at SGDQ in July. So that's going to be the current makeup of my plans, and yeah, if you like any of that, I also run stuff like Ghostling Yard, and like there's a really cool indie platformer that actually ran at Pat 6, I want to say. I think it was Pat 6. Pokemon TCG, just a whole lot of stuff. Feel free to drop a follow I've almost completely forgotten what I needed to do. Okay, Swords Dance, right. I can buff my attack stat twice. Toxic, ooh, that's great. And if you can miss Toxic again, or just actually not go for Toxic
While
at all.
we continue the setup, Sam, is there anything you would like to say?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to hear more of my nonsense, you can find me at twitch.tv/illegallysam, or in like an hour, you'll see me here doing a run of Typo Man. Because I have more responsibilities today.
And Cubit, any messages from you before we head out?
Sure. I am just but a humble variety / old school RuneScape streamer, but you can also find me on twitch.tv/cubitbeat if you want to see some of my shenanigans.
Why am I going for the Pokeball menu when I have no Pokeballs? That's fine. All right, we basically just won. It may seem like we have not even knocked out a single Pokemon. We won. It is literally impossible for us to lose, unless, excuse me, unless when Claydol comes out, I accidentally hit Strength. Oh wait, one more critical. That's 23. I want to say.
Sounds right.
And we get 2 more to round out to 25 before the end.
Ooh, Iron Tail, they don't like. Oh, okay, didn't lower my defense, which is fine. Come on, 2 more critical hits. Preferably in my favor. I would not like it if it was against me. So yeah, so also, advance apologies, Prevent-A-Thon, for going a little bit over. We've had quite the number of shenanigans, but hopefully the entertainment was more than makes up for it. All right, one more Pokemon and we are done.
I'm guessing time is not called as part of this fight.
No. Time is called. I can almost tell you exactly.
Time
is called exactly.
Mega Bruce.
I will call time in exactly 1 minute and 25 seconds starting now.
Okay.
Don't ask why. We just have a split for this.
I said okay. I didn't ask why. I said okay. I trust you, Toro. You said it. I believe you.
That makes one fuzz. But yeah, Brendan literally shows up like, oh wait, hold on, wait. I need to tell you about the champion. You could not be any more late, little bro. You could not be any more late.
Hey. Stevw has defeated Steve and taken his place.
We have showed that we are the superior Steve, and by extension, Stevw. Okay. Time's going to come up. I don't even remember when it is that I said a minute 25, but it is still accurate. Any second now. When time is on Fade to Black. Come on. And now time. Okay.
Oh, that was so nice. I'm so happy. Everyone, thank you for watching. This has been absolutely fantastic. Toronite, thank you for being here. Sam, Cubit, the commentary, keeping us awake, and doing the emotional support for the person doing all the real heavy lifting, Stevw. I'm going to go ahead and take us to a very, very tiny pause, and I will be back with y'all in just a second.